schedule and back-to-back and a lot of changes and new scenery, and still responded last night and then responded again tonight. And so now he's going to get some rest and catch up a little bit and settle in. But I do think he's been good for Mika. He's been good for Brett on that line. I think it's been a real strong line. Like, they're generating chances. They're dangerous. And so far, early signs are positive for me.
All right, so let's hear from Mika Zibanejad talking about JT Miller's intensity on the ice and why it's a benefit to him.
He plays with a lot of intensity.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that intense. I like the way he talks a lot on the bench. He talks a lot on the ice. He has a lot of ideas, and it's good because the communication makes it a lot easier, especially early on when we haven't played together for a long time. And I haven't played with Brett and him, and he hasn't played with Brett. So communication is key, and obviously it's still early on. So hopefully we get better.
You heard Peter talk about the fact that, JT Miller was in Dallas, had to fly to Boston, got in about 3 o'clock in the morning for a game that would start 12 hours later, and then immediately hop on the plane with the Rangers after and go back to Madison Square Garden to play against Vegas. So, JT, do you feel you're caught up now?
No, fortunately, we're just playing hockey, and I spent the last, my first 2 days basically at the rink the whole time. So trying to learn on the fly at the rink right now. But everybody's been really helpful. The coaches have been awesome with filming me, and also just kind of letting me play a little bit, which is it's fun trying to learn the new guys' tendencies. One of JT's best friends is Vinny Trocheck. How much does that help having him here? Yeah, and I've played with a handful of the guys before, having a best friend on the team, and I don't think at the start of the year we were thinking about playing with each other, but when the opportunity came, obviously that's something for our families, it's really special, and for us to be here together, trying to work together to get a common goal is it's a really cool feeling, and we're both very lucky. Let's talk about Jonathan Quick. Just an amazing story. Picks up career victory number 400, only the 15th goaltender to reach that milestone, and the first American-born goaltender, and Peter Laviolette was asked what all that means.
It means he's been really good for a long time. We have 400 wins. I think it's 15 goalies have done it. And so first American goaltender, there's been a lot of great goaltenders. And if you watch him on a daily basis, it's not hard to figure out why he's reached that number. It's his work ethic. It's the teammate that we get to see on a daily basis. He's a great person that works hard, total professional, goes about his business every day to try and get better and try and be the best he can be. It's an unbelievable milestone. We're all really, really happy for him.
All right, let's hear from the man, Jonathan Quick, on what winning 400 means.
It means I've been lucky enough to play with a lot of great hockey players that value winning and, put that above all else. So, I'm just grateful that I've been on some great teams over the course of my career and, this one included here. And, just grateful.
That is why he is so special. And you talk to people around the New York Rangers, they seem to compliment him more what he means off the ice than he does on. And that's not to disrespect what he's done on. It's been terrific. He's done a great job, parlayed it into his second year with the New York Rangers, going out there and winning 14 games last year. He's been really important to what the Rangers have been able to do over the last couple of years. And he is just so humble. Whenever he talks or anybody asks about him specifically or a personal milestone or how he played, he's always complimentary of his teammates, and that goes a long way inside that room. He has won 3 Stanley Cups. He's a future Hall of Famer, and it is easy for it to be about him when you're that good, and it never is. And those are the ones that hit a little different when there is a guy that can pump out his chest, when there is a guy that can celebrate his accomplishments, and he doesn't, and he just thinks about his team and realizes everything that he has gotten is because of his teammates. That is really special inside that room. Keandre Miller knows it. He had the game-winning goal back on Sunday, and he talked about what Jonathan Quick has meant to this team.
Everything. I don't want to talk about him not playing, but I think a good example is just when he isn't playing, the energy he brings on the bench, opening up the door for guys and, putting up waters and just doing anything he can to be a part of the team and to make sure that the energy's up and we're staying locked in the games.
Score more with Chase. Purchase tickets using your Chase credit or debit card and receive $10 off upper bowl seats and $20 off lower bowl seats. Go to Ticketmaster and select the Chase Preferred Seating Enhanced Discount Filter to take advantage of this offer before it's too late. Still plenty to do here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from Jimmy Vesey, Sam Carrick, and more from Peter Laviolette. We will also give you this date in Rangers history, go around the National Hockey League, just 2 other games of the NHL tonight, and then we'll check in with the captain, Dave Maloney, for the goalie matchup and the keys to the game. And then just after 7 o'clock, Alex and Dave with a call of the Rangers and the Bruins from Madison Square Garden. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York on the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping?
Pick me, pick me.
To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32.
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm gonna move my car.
New top-tier Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. The most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
Ranger fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel have the highest level of charter bus service in New York City, and they've been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974. Welcome back to the Rangers pregame show. Don LaGreca with you tonight at Madison Square Garden. Final meeting of the regular season between the Rangers and the Boston Bruins. Each team with a victory so far in the regular season. JT Miller getting a chance to play in his third game as a New York Rangers really helped on the power play. Rangers with 3 power play goals over the last 2 games, and Miller certainly has been involved in that. Taking a look at the warm-ups, it looks like it'll be Zach Jones in for Urho Vakanainen. So not sure if that's an injury or just getting a chance for Jones to play. We'll get more with Dave Maloney coming up a little bit later on here in the pregame show, but that looks like the only change for the Rangers with Igor Shesterkin between the pipes for the Blue Shirts. All right, after practice yesterday, Peter Laviolette talked to the media, and he was asked the question, what went into pairing Miller and Zibanejad together on the same line?
It's just a starting point. If you move down the lineup, you start to lose minutes. And so I think just trying to keep some players, up on those top 2 lines, it allows more minutes, more reps, more time on ice. I didn't want to lose anybody, so we ended up making adjustments.
And Mika talked about the impact Miller's had in these 2 games.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable player. He's been a great player for a long time, too. So it's fun to have him, and it's been very important for us. And he's been important for us these 2 games, and I'm excited for what the future holds.
And Miller was swapped in with Trocheck on that first power play unit, and Peter talked about why he made that switch.
Well, I think we've had 3 power plays and we scored 3 times, so I like that. It's not necessarily set in stone, but that's where we're at right now with it. They've done a good job of getting in zone, generating movement, and producing.
So, JT, how is it working with that first power play unit?
I think we're just trying to get to know the tendencies a little bit. I play with Kreids and Mika, so I kind of know what they're doing. I know Brett's a very special and Foxy's a very special player, so I'm used to having lefties on the unit, and I got righties now, so I'm trying to get out of the way sometimes and also try to make myself available, and that's just going to, I haven't had a practice yet, so I'm looking forward to practicing with them.
Adam Edstrom out because of the lower body injury, so Jimmy Vesey had a chance to play for the first time after being a healthy scratch for 9 games. Got into the game against Vegas on Sunday. So, Peter, how did Vesey look on that 4th rotation?
I thought they got better as the game went on, but again, talk about Matt, it was the line for me. I'd like to see them with that physicality and just, again, putting it behind them and just some simple offense. Pucks hit the net, people to the net, crash the net.
So, Peter, how big is the loss of Edstrom?
Well, he's had a really good year for us, for his first year being regular here and being consistently in games. It's his size, it's his physicality, it's his speed. You take a piece like that out, you're going to miss it, but it's a great opportunity for anybody else who steps into the lineup. The last game was Jimmy, and so that's a good opportunity for him to jump back in.
Sam Carrick, of course, centers that 4th line. Has he spoken to Edstrom since the injury?
Briefly, he hasn't been around as much because of it. So just kind of after it happened, I was asking how he was doing, and he didn't seem to think it was that bad. And then kind of got the news, and I just told him I'm sorry. It's, like I said, a little bump in the road, but he'll be back.
So how much does it help to have Vesey slot into a place he's been before?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's been here for a long time, so he's a guy that, I'm super comfortable playing with. We get along great, and, we're looking forward to playing together again, building some more chemistry. And, yeah, he's been out a little bit, but, he's had a really good attitude, really positive, and he's been working really hard, and, we know that he'll be ready to go now that he's called upon.
All right, let's hear from Jimmy Vesey on his mindset being back in the lineup.
Just play well and help the team win. We're fighting for the playoffs here and got JT and a new piece that's a top player in the league. So, we want to get in the playoff, within the cutoff line or whatever you want to say. But I'm part of the team and just going to do whatever I can to help us win games.
So a healthy scratch for 9 consecutive games, Jimmy. So how do you stay ready with that kind of layoff?
I mean, we do a lot of skating or extra work with the guys that aren't in the lineup, and assistant coaches or skills coach. But I don't know, it's just a reality. You have to stay ready, and you don't want to get back in the game and have taken 5 steps backwards. So that was a good start. The other night, obviously, we got a win, and as the game went on, physically I felt better. So hoping to just keep building on that.
Matt Rempe's been good. He's got a chance to play on a consistent basis. His minutes are going up. So Peter was asked on Rempe playing his most minutes of his career as of late.
I didn't know that. I mean, I think I would guess that Matt's plays somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes, depending on penalty kill, power play, depending on the score of the game. If we're down by a couple goals, and I might hit somebody, double shift somebody, or move the lines around a little bit. But I think he's done a good job. He was physical. I'd still like to see a little bit more with the puck from that group, offensively, just generating. It's just a simple mindset. Get it behind him, turn it over, get it on net, crash the net, good stuff like that. But he's come in and he's played pretty good defense, and he's tripped in with some physicality, and I'd like to push that offensive boundary just a little bit.
Yeah, Rempe played over 10 minutes in the victory over Vegas. Not bad when you consider it, how close that game was. And he's also played in recent vintage almost 10 minutes in the game against Carolina, and also played 9.5 minutes in the game against Philadelphia. So he's definitely playing some major minutes for the first time in his career. Major minutes, at least for him. Coming up, we are going to give you this date in Rangers history, go around the National Hockey League. We'll check in with the captain, Dave Maloney, for the goalie matchup of the keys to the game. And then just after 7 o'clock, Alex and Dave with the call, the Rangers and the Bruins from MSG. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
SiriusXM NFL Radio's coverage continues before Super Bowl 59. Hear an all-access pass from New Orleans as we talk with Hall of Famers, Super Bowl legends, and the stars of the NFL.
I'm going to lay it on the line. It gets to the playoffs. It's win or go home.
Our panel of experts will get you ready for Super Bowl 59 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hear coverage of Super Bowl 59 all week on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Historic hockey moments.
March 23rd, 1994, Wayne Gretzky passes his hero Gordie Howe for most goals scored.
Gretzky scored! He did it! The greatest goal scorer in National Hockey League history is Wayne Gretzky.
Los Angeles goal, a power play goal, and the 802nd National Hockey League goal scored by number 99, Wayne Gretzky.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, your NHL 100.
Is the greatest player to ever play sitting at the podium right now?
We talk about this all the time. That's what makes sports great, and that's what makes hockey wonderful. I think we're all in pretty much agreement that Gordie was pretty special.
The hockey history continues. Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments, NHL Network Radio.
December 27th, 2000, well into retirement, which included a 1997 Hockey Hall of Fame induction, and also becoming owner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Mario Lemieux, 44 months after hanging up the skates, called it a comeback.
33 seconds into the game, Mario Lemieux will get an assist in his first shift back. Lemieux scores! It is back!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Welcome back to the Rangers pregame show. In mere moments, Rangers and the Bruins from Madison Square Garden. Alex Faust and Dave Maloney with the call. It's now time for this date in Rangers history. Let's go back to February 5th, 1965. Bob Nevin was named the 13th captain in Rangers history. And on this date in 1993, Mike Gardner won the fastest skater contest in the 1993 NHL All-Star competition up in Montreal. That's this date in Rangers history. Just two other games in the NHL tonight. At 9:30, the Oilers will be in Chicago for the Blackhawks. And at 10:30, the Kings play host to the Montreal Canadiens. Always a pleasure to welcome in the captain, Dave Maloney. How are you, sir?
Very good, Don. How are you this evening?
Good. Opportunity for Zach Jones tonight, playing for the first time after being a healthy scratch for 18 games. Vakanainen under the weather, so we'll get a chance to see Jack for the first time since December 23rd.
Yes, that they will. I mean, there's it's going to be tough, healthy for Zach to get back in the lineup. In all honesty, I think the issue really is his size, and there's no question he moves the puck well, and he's not. You know, Adam Fox is not a big man, and Ryan Lindgren plays bigger than his size. So when you compare blue lines, you know, even this blue line tonight, the Bruins have big boys in the back end, and I just think that Zach, and now if he's on Winnipeg or if he's in St. Louis or, you know, where he's protected by a little bigger lineup, I do think he's an NHL player, a little bit like Pionk, right? Neil Pionk, although I would guess Pionk's a little bit heavier than Zach Jones, but he has NHL skills. It's just finding the right spot for him in a lineup that he's protected with some size. That's what I think.
All right, final meeting of the year between the Rangers and the Boston Bruins. So let's jump right in with the Goldie matchup brought to you by the Macallan Double Cask 12-year-old single malt scotch.
Yeah, getting the start here tonight is Jonas Corposalo, right? The big 6'3", 190-pound Finnish-born goaltender, was originally drafted by the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2012. So they trade with Ottawa in the summer, where Allmark went to Ottawa and Corposalo came back to Boston. Boston was going to have to tie up a little bit too much money in the nets, but Corposalo is certainly capable. You know, his last win was on the 25th of January. He beat Colorado 3-1, stopped 27 of 28, and you know, against the Rangers, this will be his 8th appearance, I believe. And he's 2-3-0. Pretty good numbers. 1.85 goals against average and .935 save percentage. That does include one shutout. Again, projectable frame, nice big body, good athlete. There's always been a bit of an issue with consistency, but he'll get to play here tonight against the Boston team that's playing better and won back-to-back games. So for Igor Shesterkin, he's looking for his first win in his last 3 starts, right? And against the Bruins, this will be appearance number 12. His numbers are not great. 2.78 goals against average and a .909 save percentage. And that is Igor Shesterkin. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Igor when we get to the keys of the game.
And that is the Goldie matchup brought to you by the Macallan Double Cask 12-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey, the perfect balance of American and European sherry season oak casks, 2 worlds, 1 Macallan, imported by Edgerton Americas. Please enjoy responsibly. How about those keys?
Well, I think first and foremost, the Rangers here, it's all for one and one for all. And I'm not going to point fingers, but Marchand yapped at Keandre Miller all game long in Boston. And then in the open ice, Marchand went after Fox. And Adam Fox has to do something, right? Whether he grabs a hold of Marchand, jabs him with the stick. You cannot, in the middle of the ice, do that. You've got to. I always tell the story about Marian Gaborik getting jumped in Philadelphia by Danny Carcillo, and he fought Carcillo. And I remember saying to him, you know, not right after, but in conversation with him, I said, you know, if you're in a real locker room where you protect one another, you've earned your stripes. You've earned your stripes. You'll never have to fight again, ever. And I just think everybody has to pay their due, and I know that's way, way old school, but you can't do that. You've got to show that you're willing to pay a price. Wow. That's a sermon from a mount or what? Anyway.
You got my attention. I'd have your back.
It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, all right, you're done. Stop it. You know, I think, too, they start, it's actually 60 minutes. The Rangers get themselves in trouble when they go into those lapses. You know, we saw it at the end of the game against Colorado, the start of the third period against Carolina. in the second, so there have been times over the course of the game. The best 60-minute game recently was played the other night against Las Vegas. And finally, Igor. Again, he's given up 14 goals in his last 5 starts. Now, are you laying that on him? No, you're not. But he has to make a save. He has to be the best goaltender here tonight against a Boston Bruin team that plays without fear and are coming off back-to-back wins.
All right, Dave, enjoy it. Should be a lot of fun.
All right, Tony, thanks.
All right, and thank you for the speech. I appreciate it. That's Dave Maloney. He'll have the call coming up with Alex in just a moment. But right now, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. First intermission, but coming up after these messages, Kenny and Alex with the call. Alex and Dave with the call of the Rangers and the Bruins from Madison Square Garden. New York Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout. Enjoy the game, everybody.
This has been New York Rangers game night. Rangers hockey is coming right up on the MSG Radio Network.
Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers, are here to help you with your heat and water heating needs. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace the inefficient beast in your basement. Peerless Boilers are the perfect match for homes, apartments, commercial buildings, you name it. And with a 96% efficient Peerless Boiler, you get all the heat you need and save on all of your energy bills all year long. Learn more about the Peerless Boiler family of products. To find a local installer near you, visit peerlessboilers.com. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
Sunday morning. You can smell it. Game day. And the brisket you've been smoking since last night. A day to be with family, a.k.a. fellow football fans. Traditions make Sundays easy to enjoy. Beers do too. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At ThriveWell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Like most car buyers, you want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda. Get impressive offers on a new Mazda CX-30 or Mazda CX-5 starting at just $29,276. Over 1,000 new Mazda vehicles to choose from. Visit RamseyMazda.com. Get the most for your money at Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Is New York Rangers hockey.
Lafreniere battling hard behind the net, centering. Panarin scores! Artemi Panarin.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Panarin for Trocheck up top. Zibanejad scores! Mika Zibanejad buries it on the power play.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Centering pass to Morris. Oh, a big glove save by Shesterkin. Rewind that one and hang on to it.
This is New York Rangers hockey. New York Rangers hockey starts right now. Now here's Dave Maloney, and with the play-by-play, here's Alex Faust on the MSG Radio Network.
We welcome you to Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. The Rangers take on the Boston Bruins in an original 6 matchup. Alongside the captain, Dave Maloney, Alex Faust here with you. The Rangers come into the day 6 points out of a playoff spot, losing 3 of 4 entering today, but coming off a win over the Vegas Golden Knights, sweeping the season series over the Knights, snapping a 3-game losing streak. And Dave, they're back here at Madison Square Garden once again as they take on the Boston Bruins for the second time in a 4-day span.
Yeah, again, I think the Rangers are coming off about as complete a game as they played. Now, again, quick had to be good over 2 periods. and the Rangers kind of built into a third period, and thundering hit by Will Cooley, a couple power play goals. JT Miller has certainly brought a new dimension, a dimension of this franchise we haven't seen in quite some time. And I think it has forced Mika Zibanejad to play at a pace that's better for Zibanejad, and what's better for Zibanejad is better for the hockey club. So, again, the Vakanainen, the defenseman, under the weather. So Zach Jones comes back into the lineup against a heavy Boston team. It'll be interesting to see the physicality of this game and pay attention to that and see. I just thought the Rangers didn't show enough physically in Boston on Saturday afternoon. They're back at home now and need the points. So get after them.
It's so interesting because so much of the discourse for both clubs has been at times lack of show in terms of physicality. The Bruins coming in 8-9-2 since Christmas. That's the third worst record in the Eastern Conference over that span. Had a 5-7-2 January, but they've won back-to-back entering today, including that win over the Rangers over the weekend. Shut out the Minnesota Wild last night, 3-0 victory, but a Bruins team that's in danger of missing the playoffs for the first time since 2016. This team was in third place as recently as January 25th, but they too have slipped a little bit as of late.
Yeah, they dealing with injuries. Every team deals with injuries. On the back end, McAvoy missed some time. Hampus Lindholm's been out for some time. They'll be a better team. Although McAvoy has goals in back-to-back games, Boston will be better with Lindholm, and I think Swayman. You missed training camp, and I don't care you're a goaltender, defenseman, or forward. You're playing catch-up, and Swayman has been better, and he may have to carry the team. We won't see Swayman tonight. It'll be Jonas Korpisalo.
Yeah, Korpisalo will get the start after Swayman had a 35-save shutout last night. Slow start for David Pastrnak, but he's the hottest player in the NHL right now. Since January 1st, he leads the league in goals and points. Nobody's really close in either one of those departments. You mentioned the injury situation for the Rangers, illness for Urho Vakanainen, who is out. Zach Jones will take his place, a straight swap. And, of course, the big news recently with Adam Edstrom out for several months with a lower body injury. So the Rangers will have to get by with a little bit different bottom six with Jimmy Vesey stepping in the lineup. He plays here tonight for the Rangers, fourth line left wing as they finish up the introductions. Igor Shesterkin introduced as the starting goaltender. He will face Jonas Korpisalo, and we head downstairs for tonight's opening ceremonies.
Tonight's colors are presented by the Port Authority Police Honor Guard. And here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome back Grammy Award-winning baritone John Brancy.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, John Brancy.
John Brancy with the Star-Spangled Banner. There will be 4 Rangers representing the United States at the Four Nations Tournament, which begins next week. JT Miller among those. He'll make his third appearance in a reunion with the Rangers here tonight as they take on the Boston Bruins, the third and final meeting between these two clubs, a rubber match after they met 4 days ago.
When it's game time, it's Tully time. The opening puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action.
All right, so the Rangers lost 3 of 4 coming into the day, including against these Boston Bruins over the weekend. 17 goals allowed the last 4 games. Trying to get back within sniffing distance of the playoffs. The Bruins coming in tied on points with Tampa Bay for the final spot in the Eastern Conference. Puck is dropped. Rangers will be skating from right to left in this opening period. And we are underway. Jean-Hébert, Kelly Sutherland, the referees, Julian Fournier, and Devin Berg are the linesmen. Rangers control, and it's JT Miller to steer it in on the back hit. To the far corner, Charlie McAvoy is on it. He'll swing the puck up the far boards. Brad Marchand checked by Adam Fox, but releases the puck to Mason Lohrei, and the Bruins start from their own end. Outlet for Charlie Coyle. He'll hand it off. Marchand, rink-wide pass. Lindholm fakes, drives wide of the net. He got his feet tangled with Ryan Lindgren. Goes down. It's a penalty on the Rangers.
Yeah, I think Lindgren just got in a bad position and had to take the feet out from underneath of Lindholm. It looked like Lindholm was going to come to the net early, Alex, and he goes behind. And that just extra stride put Lindgren in a position. He takes the feet out from underneath the Bruins. Now, the Rangers on Saturday got into early trouble in the penalty. They took back-to-back cross-checking penalties. And Boston did score just after the 5-on-3 was up. So, start the game here on the penalty kill.
Yeah, the Bruins' power play has been a little bit better lately. Until last night, they had power play goals in 3 straight. Rangers win a D-zone draw. Vincent Trocheck against Elias Lindholm. Fired up the far boards and out by Braden Schneider. So the Bruins re-enter with David Pastrnak, and he's unable to keep the handle. DeAndre Miller with a long reach. And McAvoy back at the red line. Swings it back for Zeka on the entry. Lindholm stood up on the entry. It draws the play offside.
You know, how many times do we see a power play, if it doesn't have momentum at the offensive blue line, has a tough time penetrating? And the reach of Miller, very effective here early in keeping Boston out of the offensive zone.
61 seconds elapsed. And an early penalty against the Rangers. At 41 seconds, Ryan Lindgren off for tripping. Boston on the power play. Rangers control off the draw. Miller outlet to Riley Smith, shorthanded, right wing. He dangles and loses his footing. McAvoy was nearby. Tough to tell if he got the stick into the skates, as Pastrnak will shoot it in. Rattles behind the net to the far corner. Marchand being harassed by Will Borgen. Passes up the middle, deflected away by Kreider. Here comes Zibanejad, shorthanded. Mika Zibanejad feeds it across Adam Fox, a shot. And it's gobbled up by Korpisalo out of his goal crease.
Now again, Chris Kreider drives the net. Boston does a pretty good job coming back. And this is a heck of a pass by Zibanejad. Goes through traffic to finally find Adam Fox, who supported the odd man rush. Face off to the right of the Boston netminder. First shot of the game belongs to the Rangers here on the penalty kill.
Zibanejad against Coyle on the draw. Zibanejad kicked out. 1:08 remaining on the Lindgren tripping minor. Kreider in to take the draw against Coyle. BC against BU on the draw, and Coyle wins it back for the Bruins.
Preview of the Beanpot final next Monday night.
And BC, unfortunately, took down my Huskies last Monday.
Yeah, that was men against boys, I'm afraid to say.
Just a little bit. Pass from Mason Lohrei, left point, deflected out of the zone by Zibanejad. Matt Patra back to get it. Tight turn near wall, and he starts up through center. Second unit on for the Bruins as he sends the puck around the boards to the far side. And Morgan Geekie creeps down the wall, far wing. Pass behind the net, Justin Brazeau, and then it's taken away by the Rangers and cleared.
Yeah, really good job by DeAndre Miller. Supports Fox. Fox gets tangled up a little bit behind the net. Out it goes.
So Lohrei brings it up with speed. His outlet just dribbles away from Geekie, and the Rangers send it all the way down. 15 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Blue Shirts. And there's Lori, stood up in the neutral zone by Will Cooley. Now Pasternak trailing his pass into the skates left wing of Cole Koepke. And the Bruins have to track back. Final seconds of the penalty. Lindgren released from the box. And the Rangers have killed off the Bruins' early power play. Shot into the Rangers zone. Lori left corner. Sends it around to the near side. Lindgren is on it for the Rangers. Locates Miller. And now the Rangers will outlet. They had 3 defensemen briefly with Lindgren coming out of box. And it's dumped into the Bruins zone. John Beecher sneaks it to the near corner in the Bruins zone. And it's outletted out by Andrew Peeke, out of the reach of Koepke and down for an icing.
Zach Jones making his first appearance, although it was short, as he and Morgan. So with the penalty killing pairs the way they were, you'll get back to regular rotation now as Fox and Lindgren come on for the Rangers. Face off in the Boston end of the ice to the left of the netminder.
First game for Zach Jones since December 23rd. He's had this role for quite some time. It's a spot appearance with the late scratch of Urho Vakanainen. Off the draw, Rangers control. A shot wide of the target to the near corner. Lindgren hands it off. And Vesey has the puck stolen along the near wall. Gets it back, rolls it to the near corner. And Matt Rempe tied up along the boards by Beecher. Punched free, Bruins have it. Zadorov, stick check by Brodzinski, who keeps it alive for the Rangers. Now Rempe swoops in, near corner, feeds the point. Lindgren shot, glove save by Korpisalo.
Yeah, what happens here to give the Rangers a little bit of room in the offensive zone is Zadorov goes tumbling down at 6'5" or 6'6", whatever he is, and the Rangers are able to create some open ice. Good job by Rempe on the forecheck. So it should be the second shot on goal here. It belongs to the Rangers.
16:21 left in the first. No score. Rangers and Bruins. Rubber match of this season's series. And a rematch from 4 days ago. The Bruins got the better of the Rangers in Boston. Rangers win the face-off. Lindgren center point. Feeds Panarin. Left circle. A one-time shot sticked away by Korpisalo. Near boards, battle ensues. Lindholm against Zibanejad. Zibanejad wins out. Panarin, touch pass across. Fox moves in. Centering pass redirected wide by Miller. That being JT. Zibanejad as it poked free by Lindholm in the near corner, and the Bruins will skate it out no further than the red line. Miller on the reload. Send it in, rattles to the near boards. Panarin chips it for Zibanejad as he's checked by Carlo. Puck comes free. JT Miller, a pass across the seam picked off by Marchand and cleared.
A couple of crisp passes. Talked to JT Miller yesterday, having played with Kucherov. He said Kucherov and Panarin are the 2 best passers he's ever played with.
Don't doubt that for one bit. Rangers enter with Riley Smith dumping it in. McAvoy is on it for the Bruins, and he'll skate it out. 4:45 complete. And again, the Bruins are slowed down at the attacking line by the Rangers, who back-check well and draw the play offside.
Yeah, again, it's early, but the Rangers seem to be controlling that defensive blue line off a transition. Any transition rushes on both man-down situation. And 5-on-5, would like to see Adam Fox. We take a look at that, pinpoint passing. Eventually gets to Fox. You like to see him just get the puck on net.
Neutral zone draw. Rangers win it. And it's Borgen to outlet for Smith, directing the puck in. Lafreniere trying to hustle and track it down. Bruins get there first. Sneak the puck to neutral ice. Geekie, who's done a good job on this top line for the Bruins, but he's stood up by Borgen, and the puck is stolen.
Yeah, really good back pressure from Riley Smith.
Bruins create a turnover neutral ice off a Rangers counter, tossed across by Zacha, picked off by Riley Smith. Again, right place, right time defensively. Cross ice feed, intended for Geekie, broken up by the Rangers in the neutral zone. And they'll start with Will Cooley. Steering it in on the backhand. Zadorov captures the puck, starts the breakout for Boston. Matt Patra in over the line, left wing, cuts to the middle. Patra shoots, partially blocked by Brodzinski. Bouncing puck off the backboards, swept to the near wall, guided out by Cooley. Back to the red line. Frederick swoops in to take control. Zadorov outlets left side. Deflected in by Brazeau and tossed across by Patra. Rangers get to it and clear.
Yeah, that's a nice look by Will Cooley. Takes a peek and fires it out of the defensive zone.
Of course, Cooley, that might have been one of the hits of the year in the NHL on Alex Pietrangelo on Sunday. Tossed in to the first row of the seats by the Bruins as they try to establish the zone, but the puck is out of play and we reach a timeout. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. 13:48 to go. First period, no score. Rangers and Bruins at the Garden. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
NHL Morning Skate.
I think general managers must sit back in their chairs more, and they must say, okay, if we make a coaching change here, chances are that at least for 10 games, we're more than competitive, and we're probably going to win much more than we lose.
Coaches are probably yelling an expletive, right? About, whatever, how that particular trend is going. So you're right. So far, it's like perfect.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stuller. Weekdays, 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Historic hockey moments.
March 2nd, 1993, Winnipeg hosts Quebec, where Jets forward Timo Solani is 3 goals off the pace of Mike Bossy's rookie record.
Timo Solani breaks it. He scores! Ladies and gentlemen, as you're all aware, that goal by Timo Solani establishes a new NHL record for goals in one season by a rookie.
The Finnish Flash's record-breaking goal came in his 64th NHL game, and he would finish his rookie season with an overall 76 goals.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
Mr. Hockey's final NHL goal, April 9th, 1980, the Hartford Whalers at the Montreal Canadiens.
How over the line to his father, son to father, backhand shot, they score! Number 9, Father Howe. And they're going to give him a standing ovation here in the Montreal Forum. A tremendous tribute to one of the most amazing athletes in any sport.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Back here at the Garden, Rangers and Bruins, no score, just over 6 minutes played as they acknowledge on the video board Jonathan Quick, who won his 400th career victory against the Vegas Golden Knights on Sunday. Had nearly a month-long wait to try to get there.
His last 2 starts, he played well enough to get it.
He did.
And I was glad that he got it the way he got it. Like he kept the club in there for 40 minutes. And again, and then you listen to his quotes after. He's humbled by the whole experience and acknowledging how he's had the opportunity to play with winners. But there's no question he's a winner, and he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. The Connecticut-born Jonathan Quick.
Getting to live his dream, playing for the team he grew up rooting for. Rangers dump the puck in. Bruins try to clear up the middle. It's deflected away. Schneider, a long-range shot, misses the target. Jones creeps down the wall on the pinch, serves it around the boards. Carrick, right corner, and it hits a door, or stanchion over in the corner, jumps away from Rempe. Otherwise, he would have had room to walk out in front, and the puck back at the red line. So Carrick is on it with Jones. Back in the Rangers zone, and Zach Jones will reload. The Rangers make a change. High pressure at the top of the Bruins. Forecheck from Elias Lindholm, slowing down a potential breakout from the Rangers. It'll be Trocheck to play it to Zibanejad on left wing. He's unable to get that puck deep. Back in the Rangers zone, it's Fox. Checked by Coyle. Puck bounces away from him. Couple of funky bounces here. Marchand takes control. Walks around to the near side. Across for Lohrei. Now Lindgren. Hard around to the near side defensively for Panarin. Panarin leaves it for Fox. And he'll just reset defensively. Everybody kind of minding their P's and Q's here in the early going.
The Rangers have been really good just through the neutral zone, not only, and then tracking back also. It's been an impressive start here. Boston spending no time in the offensive zone.
Zadorov for a peek as the Bruins start from their own end. Pastrnak stood up by Lafreniere at the red line. All he can do is just dump it in. Bruins still without a shot on goal. And we're 8 minutes plus into this game. No score, Rangers Bruin.
Last night against Minnesota, Minnesota had the first 5 shots, and then Boston got 10 of the next 11.
Yeah. Trocheck across. Lafreniere, a half-speed one-timer, missed the net. Lafreniere battling near boards against Morgan Geekie. Puck comes free. Miller down the wall, reaches after it. Couldn't deflect the puck to the middle. And it's Pastrnak to enter for the Bruins. Cut to the middle. Pastrnak swings it left wing for Patra just off the bench. Checked by Brodzinski. Puck comes free. Geekie plays it to the back. Michael Callahan, the rookie, just his 7th NHL game. Feeds Patra. Tight turn. Centering for Frederick. And he fanned on the one-timer. Carlo keeps the zone. Plays it around the boards. Brazeau trying to connect with Frederick off the cycle. Knocked away by Miller. Frederick gets it back, guarded by Brodzinski. Tight turn, once, twice, far wall, walks up the boards, keeps the handle, swings it off the boards. Patra picks it up, serves it to the middle, a saucer pass. Brazeau leaves it for Frederick, wrap around, shut down by Miller. Loose puck, Carlo steps up, and the Bruins are buzzing here as the Rangers deflect that one away to the corner. Patra squirms away from Keandre Miller. Long shift defensively for the blue shirts. Centering pass knocked away by Cooley, and he will calmly skate the puck out into the attacking zone. Cooley driving to the net, shooting on goal, and it's juggled and held by Korpisalo.
Not sure that was calmly. He got shot out of a cannon. Perhaps the release was calmly out of the defensive zone. But, oh boy, he was through the neutral zone was Cooley. But you're right, Rangers on the heels for the first time in the period. You know, that big Brazeau and Beecher. You know, there's some big bodies. Kastelik plays a big game. Kastelik out here now against JT Miller in the middle.
4th line on for the Bruins. Kastelik kicked out of the faceoff. That Patra kid, when he first came up, boy, he can skate. He's got some good edge work. Rangers win the faceoff. It's Panarin walking across the blue line, feeding Fox left side, delaying, dishing for Zibanejad, curling to the middle. His pass intended for Panarin winds up in the hands of Lindgren, who keeps the zone for the Rangers. Miller from behind the net passes for Zibanejad to the point. It hops his stick, and the Bruins can break out. Numbers if they hurry. Beecher driving wide, left wing, circling the net to the near side. Beecher, rink wide pass deflected into the seats.
Good job by Mika Zibanejad, as he, that puck gets rimmed around. He couldn't control it as it was coming, and does a nice job in the defensive zone. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Ranger fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel have the highest level of charter bus service in New York City, and they've been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Alex Faust, Dave Maloney here with you in Madison Square Garden. No score, Rangers Bruins, midway first period. Attention Optimum subscribers. Optimum has stopped negotiating to bring MSG networks back to your service, but you're still paying. Don't get charged for programming you no longer receive. Demand a reduction of at least $10 in your monthly bill today. Visit keepmsg.com or call 1-844-4-KEEP-MSG.
Face off to the right of Igor Shesterkin. Igor has not yet faced a Bruin shot. The Rangers with just 3 shots, so it hasn't been an overwhelmingly impressive offensive display. But I think earlier you made the observation he's pretty close to the vest, and not a lot of chances being taken. And
Rangers win the D-zone draw. I think they're perfect on face-off still. That's 10 for 10. Pastrnak in the near corner with the steal, and he gets decked behind the net by Borgen. Rangers clear the puck to the red line. Pass from the wing to Miller, ahead for Smith, jumps off his stick.
Where he had Trocheck too. He tried to spin around on the backhand.
Rangers again stand up at their line. Miller, long reach. And they deny the entry. It's been a theme early. Here's Lohrei stepping up through center, left wing. And he's kept wide, and long-range attempt is deflected up into the netting, and the Bruins still without a shot on goal. 9:08 to go in the first.
Yeah, Lohrei, again, really mobile for a big, tall, kind of thin guy out of Ohio State. Thought he was really good in Boston on Saturday. Face off to the right of Igor Shesterkin. 9:08 left opening period.
Zibanejad went off his 900th career NHL game, but he loses out on the draw. It's the first face-off win for the Bruins. Driving goal line, Lindholm, and he's guarded tightly. Didn't get a shot away. Hit the outside of the net. Loose puck, Panarin tried to pass through the middle. Bruins deflect that, and then one off the skates of Zibanejad, nearly into the waiting hands of Lindholm.
That looked like a pinball game.
Yeah, it did.
2 or 3 or 4 skates.
Andrew Peak takes this to the near corner. Starts a cycle with Marchand. And Marchand is checked by Linger. Boy, is this a tight checking game or what? Lindholm, far boards, checked by Miller. Puck comes free. Coyle being hounded by Adam Fox. Taken to the wall, pinned along the boards. Puck jarred against the kick plate. It's Coyle, and he shields the puck, but his pass is hurried, and the Rangers, they send it all the way down. It's going to be an icing as they try to change.
Mika Zibanejad, a bit of a front crawl position, snipes it down the ice, and unfortunately a little too much mustard on it. It'll be an icing. Face off to the right. Actually, the Bruins can obviously choose the side, and they go to the left of Igor Shesterkin.
So Miller has to remain on. He'll face Patra on this face-off. And the puck dropped unfairly. We'll do it again.
Yeah, the Miller-Zibanejad Panarin group has to stay on the ice as a result of the icing, of course.
Puck is dropped once again. Bruins win it. Carlo holds, right point. Hard around to the far side. Zibanejad took a swipe after the puck didn't connect. Kept by Callahan. Now Patra guarded by Fox. Again, it comes free. Rangers take over on the loose puck. Panarin lifts it out to the red line over the stick of Zibanejad. That'll be another icing, and this group has to stay on.
But again, Panarin is always looking to make a play, right? But at this particular point, just a little softer play up the boards probably allows at least a partial change. Now you have back-to-back face-offs in your own end. And as Zibanejad now, it'll be to the right of Igor Shesterkin. So Zibanejad will take this face-off. His backhand will face the boards.
One back by Zacha. To the middle, Lohrei hands it off. Pastrnak again knocked off his feet, this time by Lindgren. And Panarin bounces it off the near boards out of the zone.
They have a history of those two guys.
Yep. McAvoy to crank it in. Rangers got a partial change. Looks like actually they got the full forward line change out there. Out of the far corner, Zacha loses his footing. Loose puck, Lohrei on the pinch down the wall. Centering pass to the back door. Geekie redirected it wide. Loose puck covered by Shesterkin.
Yeah, again, a little firm was the pass. Geekie couldn't get a stick on it quickly enough, and then Zacha makes a nice play. Puck comes off the boards and enough that he can come out and chip it towards Shesterkin. So Shesterkin has to make a pretty good save off of Zacha.
That's the first shot on goal for the Bruins.
Right. 12 minutes and 39 seconds into the opening period.
Pavel Zacha played in his 600th career NHL game yesterday. Rangers win the D-zone draw. Schneider and Jones. And Schneider will outlet up the right wing. Jumps away from Rempe, deflects it into the zone. Dug out of the near corner by Vesey. Centering for Rempe. Moves it across for Schneider, right side. Shot snared by Korpisalo.
Rempe grabs a hold of Zadorov. And have a few words. That's a tall pair.
Yeah.
Face off to the left here of the Boston netminder. 7 minutes left in the opening period.
If for whatever reason something comes about, there are plenty of dancing partners the Bruins have available.
Kostelic.
Yeah.
Out there, Zadorov.
Rangers win another face-off. Jones, right point, pinches, shoots wide of the target. To the near side, and Schneider angles it down low. Zadorov takes control, bumped into by Rempe. But Zadorov keeps hold of the puck and locates his defense partner in Peak. The outlet from the Bruins that jumps the stick of Kastelic down for an icing against Boston. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
So this will allow the Rangers the opportunity to make a change to get some fresher legs out. Face off to the left once again. Korpisalo, the Boston netminder.
Just 5 combined shots on goal, 4 for the Rangers, 1 for the Bruins. Beecher chokes up on the stick, loses out to Brodzinski. Kreider out of the far corner, rotates for Fox, across for Lindgren. Shot bounces to the far boards, and it's chopped out of the zone by Koepke with Kastelic on his horse into the attacking end. Dangling, marked tightly by Lindgren, who checks him and separates him for the puck. Adam Fox will shoot it in from the red line around to the near side. Kreider leaves it for Brodzinski, poked away by Carlo. Bruins start out of the zone. Cooley finishes a hit on Lindholm as Marchand carries in around the net. Watched by Borgen, circling the net, feeding Carlo. Shot tip wide by Coyle. Coyle picks it up, side of the net. Tight turn, watched by Brodzinski. And he forces him off his feet. Collision with Lindholm, knocked off his feet. Side of the net, a pass that goes awry off the near boards, collected neutral zone by Carlo.
Once again, good positioning by Chris Kreider, protects the front of the ice. We get a delayed offside here, I believe. Face-off being the neutral zone when we come back. 5:45 left, opening period. Not a whole lot of offensive jazz in the first 14 minutes and change. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hey everyone, looking for some fun and excitement? Well, you got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play, no purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling online social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Whether you're chilling at home or on the go, get in on the action. Play now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. Got to be 18 and over. Terms and conditions apply.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline or CR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details.
Tito's handmade vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach. From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, root for your favorite team with your favorite team spirit. No matter who's on your roster, lineup, or lucky jersey, make Tito's your first round bottle pick. Whose house? Tito's house. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Rangers Bruins, 5:45 to go. First period, no score at the Garden. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to PeerlessBoilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Well, a little bit like the first period here, the dancing in the oldies but goodies section. Not a whole lot of imagination, if you know what I mean.
Hey, Chubby Checkers, the twist is a classic, man.
No, the song's a classic. Watch the people dance. Looks like me up there.
Rangers control the faceoff. Skip one in on goal from long range. Loose puck after a stick save from Korpisalo. Chopped up in the air. Nearly settled by Riley Smith in the low slot. McAvoy takes over for the Bruins. Locates Pasternak, who turned it over to Trocheck. Trocheck skates to the blue line. Now feeds it down low. Smith, stick handling, centering. Trocheck missed the net from the right circle. Golden opportunity. Lafreniere, near corner, stolen by McAvoy. Moved up the middle, Lori to skate it ahead with Geekie. They'll rip it in for the red line on goal. Glove down by Shesterkin. Launching an outlet pass. Airborne. Glove by Lafreniere. Hands it off. Trocheck snaps one off the stick of Peak high of the net. Lafreniere, right corner. And he's tied up by Lori. Trocheck moves in. Feeds one off the outside of the goal. It ricochets back to Schneider at the point. Lafreniere in the corner. Centering into the skates of Lafreniere up top. It is poked out of the zone. Pasternak late in the shift. Will enter. Support arriving off the bench. Centering pass to the center point for Peak. Long-range attempt back to the corner. Back behind. Wrestling match. Lindholm and Zach Jones. Lindholm protects the puck. Feeds Marchand. Tossed it across the seam. Picked off by Miller. And Miller will dump and chase. Korpisalo out to think about meeting it. Peak and Miller come together. Rangers take over. Centering pass. Lindgren shot. Missed the net. Glove side. Fox holds the zone. His pass just out of the reach of Zibanejad. Collected by JT Miller. Now Panarin near wall. Walks to the blue line. A little bit of juice now for the Rangers in the attacking zone as Zibanejad has the puck poked away by Peak. And Coyle will roll it ahead. Off a Rangers stick. He gets it back. Tosses it off the backboards. Lindholm bumped along by Fox. Coyle picks it up. Feeds Callahan to the point. His shot deflects to the near corner. The Rangers take control. 3:39 to go, first period. Rangers and Bruins, no score. And the Rangers have iced it.
Yeah, again, good activity. And once again, it's JT Miller hard on the forecheck. And when he goes in hard, it just picks up the pace, picks up the intensity. And the Rangers don't get an awful lot towards the net, but do have the puck. 5 shots they've created. Just given up 2 with 3:35 left in the opening period here. No score, obviously.
Patra on the draw for the Bruins against Sam Carrick. After an icing, Bruins win the faceoff. McAvoy stolen on the near boards by Panarin, who quickly clears. Rangers make a change. Here's Patra up the middle, spinning, and he's knocked off his feet in open ice by Rempe. Loose puck near boards. Patra down the wall with Frederick. Bumped into by Carrick, separated from the puck. Rangers have it. Little hot potato, though, in front of their bench. Rempe, though, able to do enough to move it back to neutral ice. Re-entering Brazeau. His pass intercepted by Vesey. Looking to spring Carrick. Sam Carrick moving in. Leaves it for Rempe. Stick checked away by McAvoy. Frederick not going to dump that in. He stood up in neutral ice by Borgen. Springing Rempe the other way. Stops on a dime. Far half wall. Slides it down low. Carrick. Around for Vesey. Near corner. Around the horn for Miller. Across for Fox. Right point. Back to Miller up top. Shot blocked by Brazeau. Settled down. Clear to the line. Not out. Miller holds the zone. Feeds it down low. Long shift for Rempe. Holds the puck with Vesey. Trying to check Callahan. Back behind as Fox pinches. Serves across for Lindgren. Left point. Brodzinski off the bench. Misses the net from long range. Fox to the right point. Carrick down low for Fox. Trying to feed Brodzinski. Sticked away. Here's side. Lindgren up top for Vesey. Across Fox. Moves in. Snaps one on goal. Loose puck. Korpisalo makes a second save off a rebound chance from Rempe.
Yeah, great shift. Really a good shift. Jimmy Vesey. You know, again, Vesey out of the lineup for 9 games, back in. You know, he's very, very persistent on the puck, plays with a pace. Again, a good job by Rempe. Carrick was out. He got, rotated out when Brodzinski came in. A good shift. Offensive zone face-off. The 7th Ranger shot. They've given up just 2 here.
Rangers win an attacking zone draw. Schneider pinches right point. Serves it around the wall. Brodzinski bumped into by Zadorov. Puck comes free. Kreider centers just out of the reach of Cooley. And guided out by Koepke. Rangers back in their own zone. Minute 45 to go, first period. Rangers Bruins no score. Jones with a pass intended for Kreider, but he has iced it.
Chris has got to get his stick on that. That there was no one in between. Again, now it's a defensive zone face-off. Boston will come out with their top rotation. Face-off to the left of Igor Shesterkin. A minute 43 left, opening period. Rangers will be at home here Friday night against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sidney Crosby might be dealing with something. Did not practice today.
Very cagey about what exactly it might be, as you might imagine. His comments today about it. Rangers back in their own zone. Schneider, he turned it over to Pastrnak, got it back. Rangers exit. They'll charge into the attacking zone. A centering pass from the right wing, and Trocheck couldn't reach Kreider.
I'd just like to see that puck go to the net. That's where Kreider's going.
Poke free near corner, and Lohrei will scoot it ahead for Pastrnak. Slowed down in the neutral zone by Miller, stays with him step for step after Pastrnak enters the zone. Miller, long reach, stick on puck near corner. Lafreniere unable to clear. Second effort from Zach Jones, though. Gets it to the red line. Shot back into the Rangers net. Final minute, first period. Rangers and Bruins, no score. Outlet deflected in by Lafreniere. Carlo to meet it for the Bruins. Hard around, kept in. Right point by Borgen. Borgen rolls it down low. Carlo is on it. Moves it up the near wall. Lindholm deflects it out for Coyle. Outletting for Marchand. He'll enter, dragging it away from Borgen. Charging down the right wing. Marchand pulls up, goal line. Moves to the right circle. Shot deflects wide. There's a screen out in front with Lindholm. Zadorov from the point. Walks across. 17 seconds left in the first period. Zadorov lumbers down low. Walks up the wall. Slides it behind the net. Lindholm and Miller jousting. Miller knocks Lindholm off his feet. Gets to the puck. Banks it out. Back to the red line. 3 seconds and 2. And that will take us to the end of one period of play. No score after 20 minutes between the Rangers and the Bruins.
Well, that whole period was set up right at the get-go when the Rangers did such a good job of the penalty kill defending their blue line. And again, Boston didn't create anything off their power play and had all kinds of difficulty getting into the Rangers' end of the ice. So again, a pretty good, pretty sound defensive period, I'd say, from the Rangers here. But we're all tied at 0, so you move on knowing that, you know what, the 20 minutes was okay.
Yeah. Tight checking, to be sure, in that first period. So the Rangers and Bruins with no score after one. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Will Cooley. They're waiting on perhaps talking to him in just a moment. Cooley, of course, had that big hit on Alex Pietrangelo and then fought Nick Hague, his 6th career NHL fight. It was interesting hearing from Peter Laviolette this morning at the skate. He was asked about Will and his game and the dimensions that he's added. And one of the next steps he said was, hey, you're going to have to get more responsibility. And he's getting more minutes, and he's earned them.
No, and he's been a really quick study. I mean, what I like, he's got a whole sense of what's going on. He lowered the boom on Pietrangelo, and he was ready. It happened to be Hague that came, and but I just think he's, there's still upside. It's not that he's not been good, because he's been good, but I think he's going to be better too. Which is, the guy's just halfway through his sophomore season. So he's been a good player for the Rangers here this season. Top 5 in hits, I believe.
13 goals, 14 assists for Cooley. And he is celebrating his 23rd birthday.
That's right.
Here today. He's floated around, the top 5 in hits, I think, all season, pretty much.
Sam Carrick celebrated a birthday yesterday. Yep. So the Rangers here. Once again, we talked about Pittsburgh coming in Friday. Then the Rangers will get on a plane and play in Columbus Saturday. Columbus all banged up, too. Boy, they've got a bunch of injuries there.
Yeah. Seems like every year they've got just like a swath of guys out of the lineup. They've been a fascinating story, maybe one of the best stories in the NHL this year, though they've lost back-to-back, but they're right in the mix in the Eastern Conference. for a playoff spot. Again, the Rangers at 25, 23, and 4 coming in, 6 points out of a playoff spot. Bruins at 27, 22, and 6, 60 points, tied with Tampa Bay. But they've played more games than anybody else in the Eastern Conference, and as a result, are on the outside looking in.
Looking in, right? So, and that's the Rangers. The Rangers can't, they just got to keep staying the point hunt. Because, can Detroit continue to play all world? So in the meantime, we're just going to probably give Will Cooley another couple of seconds, and then we may have to break. Without chatting with the big winger.
Yeah, that Detroit story has been fascinating, too. They have the best record in the league since Todd McClellan was hired. Crazy.
McClellan,
Another 7-game winning streak.
Yeah. So but again, the Rangers, pretty good, spirited first period.
Yep. Tight checking first period. Everything kept to the perimeter for the most part. Good stand-ups at the defensive line. And we do have Will Cooley downstairs joining us. First of all, happy birthday, Will. Appreciate the time. Your thoughts on that first period and how you guys played. What do you think?
A bit of back and forth. I mean, a few good shifts for us, a few good shifts for them. I think overall pretty even. I think, we can get a little more physical and get a few more pucks to the net. But not a bad start, but not great either.
And again, I thought you did a pretty good job of not allowing Boston an awful lot of time in your own end of the ice.
Yeah, we're trying to kill plays quick. No one wants to play defense longer than 5-10 seconds, so it's more fun playing down in their end. So we're just trying to kill plays quick, and best offense is good defense. So yeah.
And again, Jonathan Quick, the 400 career wins, and just a really quickie-like game. Your thoughts on his influence of this hockey club?
Yeah, it's been crazy playing with him for just over a year and a half now. I mean, he's such a leader in the room. Even when he's not playing, and I mean, he makes saves like he's 25 again. It's crazy. Like at that age, like he can move around like that. So it's pretty cool to see. And I've been honored to be able to play with him. And I know I'm going to look back on it probably 10 years from now and kind of realize how lucky I was.
He's still Gumby out there. We appreciate the time, Will. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks. Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Later.
All right, so the Rangers and the Bruins tied, no score after one. Don LaGreca on the other side with our first intermission. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
What's up? It's your boy Pharrell from Sports Grid Radio. We're taking our show on the road to the Big Easy, baby. I'm live all week from 3 to 6 in the East from Radio Row in New Orleans, getting you ready for the Super Bowl. I'll be talking to legends, Hall of Famers, and anyone who's anyone. And it's not just me. The whole Sports Grid crew's coming with me. We're covering the lines, the odds, and the prop bets all week long. It's all on Sports Grid Radio. Channel 159 in your car and whenever you want on the SiriusXM app.
Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
After scoring 4 goals in Game 38 for his 45th on the season, on December 30th, 1981, the Great One Wayne Gretzky and his Edmonton Oilers hosted the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 39 of the season.
Gretzky, will he shoot? He does! He scores! Wayne Gretzky's 50th goal in 39 games!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
October 15th, 1989, the Great One passes his childhood idol, Mr. Hockey, for most points scored.
Gretzky has 1,850 points. To Taylor to Gretzky, he scores! He's done it! Wayne Gretzky, the Great One, has become the greatest of them all!
Ladies and gentlemen, Gordie Howe.
A super young man, a great hockey player who shares in everything he does, and congratulations.
The hockey history continues on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
The Messier Guarantee. May 25th, 1994, the New York Rangers face elimination in Game 6 against the New Jersey Devils.
Under 8 minutes to play in the third and a 2-2 tie. Kovalov, save, rebound, score! Messier!
For the empty net, Mark Messier. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? He said we will win Game 6. He has just picked up the hat trick.
Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. This is your local Tri-Honda dealer's New York Rangers intermission report. Now here's Don LaGreca on the MSG Radio Network.
Not much going on in that first period. We're scoreless after 20 minutes of play. Time now for the Rangers' first intermission report. It's brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today. Didn't see a ton happening there. Was under 7.5 minutes to go in the first period when Boston registered their first shot on goal. Rangers ended up shooting the Bruins 8-4. The only penalty came 41 seconds in when Ryan Lindgren took a tripping penalty. The Rangers were able to kill that off, but really not a lot of rubber at either's goaltender. Not much happening there. So this Rangers top shelf performance brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Let's give it to the defensive core, allowing Boston just 4 shots on goals. We mentioned there was under 7.5 to go in the first period when the Boston Bruins registered that first shot, and that's counting the power play that they had to start the game. So not a lot going on in that first period, but I guess the Rangers will take it, trying to win their second consecutive game. Boston, of course, playing the second of back-to-backs. They played last night at home against Minnesota, won the game 3-0. Now, Boston's 5-0 in the second of back-to-backs, but you always like to catch a team when they might be a little tired, road-weary, and maybe the Rangers were able to at least take advantage of Boston not getting much offense going in that first period, but they still played well defensively. That was the Rangers' top shelf performance, brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. Known for great vodka, giving back, and doing good for dogs. Distilled and bottled at 5th Generation Incorporated. Austin, Texas, 40% alcohol by volume, distilled from corn. Copyright 2025, crafted to be savored responsibly. Now time for the owner of the power play, brought to you by Chumba Casino. And, of course, the Rangers killed off that Ryan Lindgren penalty. Remember, the Rangers had a ton of issues this season giving up early goals, and we've seen tones get set because teams score early. Well, 41 seconds in, Lindgren takes the penalty, and although Rangers' kill has been pretty much in the top 10 all year long, that was an opportunity for Boston to get one of those early goals. The Rangers were able to kill that one power play off, and that is the owner of the power play, brought to you by Chumba Casino, where any moment can be your moment with free daily bonuses, hundreds of online social games, and exciting chances to play and maybe even land some serious prizes. Turn your free time into a good time at Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Well, we got plenty going on here in the first intermission report. When we come back, we'll hear Peter Laviolette talking about our first intermission guest, Will Cooley, and what he's been able to contribute to this team. Later on, we'll give you the out-of-town scoreboard. Just a couple of games on the docket tonight, and then we will drop the puck for the second period here at Madison Square Garden, where the Rangers and Bruins are scoreless after 1. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hey there, game lovers. Ready for some excitement? Chumba Casino is where it's at. Free to play with hundreds of online social casino games and new releases every week. Play anytime, anywhere, and enjoy free daily login bonuses and a fantastic welcome offer. Whether at home or on the go, play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes with ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. Got to be 18 or over. Terms and conditions apply.
Like most car buyers, you want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda. Get impressive offers on a new Mazda CX-30 or Mazda CX-5 starting at just $29,276. Over 1,000 new Mazda vehicles to choose from. Visit RamseyMazda.com. Get the most for your money at Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At Thrivewell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Four nations face off for the world to see. This February, International Best on Best Hockey is back as NHL stars compete for their country to see which hockey nation will reign.
Star power in abundance.
Canada, Finland, Sweden, USA. Teammates turned rivals, and rivals turned teammates. For country, for glory. Four nations.
We are set for puck drop.
The Four Nations Face-Off begins February 12th on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping? To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32.
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm gonna move my car.
New top-tier Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. The most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
Don LaGreca back here. First intermission report. Rangers and the Bruins are scoreless after one period of play. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. The best of the best for the best in best Four Nations Face-Off Tournament. Rep your country, favorite player, or both with this new collection. Shop now by heading to shop.msg.com/Rangers. Don LaGreca back here at Madison Square Garden where the Rangers and the Bruins are scoreless. There have been just 12 shots on goal in the first period, 8 belonging to the New York Rangers, so there hasn't been much of an offense to really speak of so far in this game. We'll see if things open up here in period number 2. Final meeting between these two teams this year. Rangers have split their 2 games with the Boston Bruins so far this year. Tour of the games in the NHL, both will be later on tonight. At 9:30, the Oilers will be in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks. Oilers 33-16-4, while the Blackhawks 16-31-5. And at 10:30, the Kings welcome in the Montreal Canadiens. The Canadiens 25-23-5, while the Kings are 27-17-6. I will talk to you again coming up in the second intermission, but coming up after these messages. Alex and Dave with the call to period number 2 from the Garden, where the Rangers and the Bruins are scoreless through 20. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been your local Tri-Honda dealer's New York Rangers Intermission Report. Blue Shirts Hockey is next. Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Just 4 days until Super Bowl 59 kickoff. Sirius XM NFL Radio is in New Orleans previewing the Super Bowl between the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles with the biggest name guests and expert analysts. Your Super Bowl home. NFL Radio, Sirius XM Channel 88, and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments.
1992-93, the inaugural season for the Tampa Bay Lightning, had not just hockey fans, but the sporting world paying attention to the Bolts, thanks to a 5'7" goalie from Quebec who was trying out for the team.
The first woman to play professional hockey. There she is taking the ice. Manon Réon.
It was a publicity stunt, they said, orchestrated by Tampa's general manager, Phil Esposito.
I'd be a liar to say that I wasn't using it for publicity, but the fact is, she's not bad.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
301 days since the hit on Chris Draper.
The Colorado Avalanche at the Detroit Red Wings, March 26, 1997. We're all in Hockey Town.
Now Darren McCarty gets his shots in at Claude Lemieux. And look who came all the way out to try to help. Patrick Waugh. Oh my goodness. Vernon and Waugh. They are on their feet here at Joe Louis Arena.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Alex Faust, the Captain Dave Maloney here with you at the Garden. Almost ready for the second period. Rangers and Bruins, no score when it's game time. It's Tully time. Second period puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Dave, I'm not sure, I think I heard it from you once, but I could be mistaken on this, that sometimes You're looking at a Rembrandt. Sometimes you're looking at finger painting. I don't know where on the spectrum that first period lay, but not much happened.
I think the Rembrandt, any Rembrandt, was how well the Rangers protected the areas of the ice that didn't allow Boston to get in. I mean, you were able to create, 8 shots of your own. So I just think, listen, sometimes you just have to, and it's not innate for this Bruin group or Ranger group to knuckle down. So you just kind of, now again, there wasn't a whole lot of issues forced to the middle of the ice. So it certainly wasn't something that you pay $300 a ticket to go watch, but some people do. But if I'm the Rangers, I just stay the course. Just stay the course. Shesterkin is going to be Shesterkin when he needs to be. You take your chances. You'd rather take your chances this way than having to open it up and go from there.
Yep. Certainly details were there defensively as the Rangers will skate from left to right in period number 2. JT Miller on the opening faceoff against Charlie Coyle. Puck is dropped. Coyle wins it back for the Bruins. Rangers won 70% of faceoffs in the first period, and we get a quick stoppage just 4 seconds into the frame.
Yeah. Bruins once again try to jump it in, and Panarin's right there and deflects it into the stands. Face off in front of the Bruins bench.
Rangers win the face-off just outside their line. Fox angled pass for Zibanejad, who deflects it in. Lohrei for the Bruins. Up the near boards with Marchand beginning the breakout. Pass from Coyle back to Marchand, who flips it in on goal. Shesterkin paddled down to stop the puck. Tried to hand it off, but the Bruins take over. McAvoy, right point, rolls it down low. Marchand checked by Zibanejad, far boards. Continues the cycle, though, with Coyle wrangling with Lindgren along the far wall. Cycled back for Lindholm. Behind the net, marked by Fox. Loose puck picked up by Coyle. Fed to the point. Lohrei fans on the shot. Taken away by Miller. Rangers 3-on-2 the other way with Panarin. Cross for Zibanejad. Right side looking for Miller on the back door. The redirect went wide.
Yeah, I think that puck had to be elevated, and JT Miller did a nice job of getting any part of it just wide.
Miller deflects it in, and Korpisalo hesitating behind his net, coughed it up, trying to pass up the near board. Smith, though, couldn't settle, and it's tossed out by the Bruins. Outletted up the far boards. Lafreniere tried to deflect it deep. It hit Peak. And the Bruins start from their own end. Zacha, red line, leaves it for Geekie. Getting around Trocheck. Geekie now. Just takes it to the near wall. Steers it for Zacha in the corner. Poked back to the line for Zadorov. Back to the circle, Geekie for Zacha. And Shesterkin makes a save. Fed back out by the Rangers. Korpisalo well out of his net to meet it. Tossed around the boards by the Bruins, out to the red line. Zacha feeds it to the trailing Zadorov with speed into the attacking zone. Awfully tight to being onside with Pastrnak. Fed around to the far corner. Patra checked by Trocheck. Now Pastrnak behind the Rangers net, marked by Schneider. Tried to tight turn behind the goal. Schneider met him. Patra to the loose puck. And he's smeared along the boards by Trocheck. Jones comes in to bump into Frederick. Bruins keep hold of the puck, though. Sent around the wall for Callahan. Now leaving it for Patra, gliding up to the blue line. Stashes it off the boards. Brazo is on it, feeding it to the center point. Callahan shot kicked out by Shesterkin.
Boy, that was deflected right at the hash marks.
Callahan, blue line, steps up. Shot blocked to the near boards. Callahan once again. This is the rookie Michael Callahan. Took a puck off the face on Saturday.
Lost 3 teeth. He's had 1 root canal. He's going to have 2 more.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
How's your break going?
Yeah. Dumped in by Cooley after the Rangers take hold of the puck. Neutral ice. It's Adam Fox to play it back for Ryan Lindgren. We're 3 minutes and change into period number 2. Rangers and Bruins, no score. Fox outlets for Kreider, deflecting it in. Korpisalo behind his net to meet it. Feeds it up the near wall. Kepke sweeps it across for Boston. Carlo ahead for Kastelik. Bumped into by Lindgren, neutral ice, but he gets the puck deep. Rangers get to it first. Hard rim, around and out. Just out of the reach of Zibanejad. And the Bruins will again begin from their own end with Lohrei. Pressured by Zibanejad. Panarin also high on the Rangers' forecheck. And the Rangers nearly get a steal out of it. Late in the shift, Panarin and Zibanejad both come off. Cross-ice shoot-in from Lohrei. Picked up behind the net by Carrick. Miller up the far wall for Vesey. And that's just out of the reach of Rempe. He'll pursue, and Korpisalo passes to nobody. Picked up by Carrick, centering to try and connect with Vesey. And he was tied up in the slot. Coyle one-hands it along through neutral ice. Checked by Vesey. Given away by Borgen to the middle. Lindholm behind his back to Marchand. Shot blocked by Keandre Miller. To the backboards, Elias Lindholm. Runs into Borgen. Now Coyle picks it up. Side of the net. Tried to walk it out in front and pass. It was deflected away. Marchand centers. Lindholm fanned on the shot. May have been deflected by a Rangers stick. Zadorov walks a tightrope on the blue line. Hands it off. Shot by Peak. Ricochets out of play.
That's a nice job, as Keandre Miller had lost his stick. So the Rangers were with just 4 composites defending as the Bruins had gotten a hold of the puck. Puck eventually gets deflected into the netting behind Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin with a nice right pad save early in the sequence. So the Bruins with the first couple of shots here in this first period, or second period, I'm sorry.
Certainly the most challenging shot that Shesterkin's faced.
Right. Just 6 on the night so far.
So face off to Shesterkin's left. It's Trocheck on the draw against Zacha. Trocheck, perfect 5 for 5. Make it 6 for 6 on faceoffs as he wins it back to the far corner. Lindgren, an attempt to clear up the far wall, kept alive by Pastrnak, tossed wide of the cage. Fox near boards. He and Zacha come together. Zacha wins out. Shesterkin behind his net. Whips it around the wall. Cut off by a pinching Lohrei. Twisting and turning. Feeding Zacha blue line. Back to Lohrei. High cycle. Left it for Zacha. Walks in. Shoots wide of the target. Zacha races across to cover the left point. Keep the zone. Hard around to McAvoy. Pinching down the far wall. Soft pass picked off by Fox. He'll work it up the far boards. McAvoy keeps briefly. Checked by Smith. Puck comes free to Lafreniere.
Really good job by Riley Smith in the defensive zone.
Cross-ice outlet out of the reach of Trocheck. Rangers have iced it.
I tell you, the most consistent call here has been icings. Wow. An awful lot of icings in this hockey game. As Pastrnak takes a run at Shesterkin, and then Lindgren goes in after Pastrnak, and they have had a history. They went after one another 2 seasons ago, and it was Lindgren put a big hit on Pastrnak. Of course, Ryan Lindgren originally drafted by the Boston Bruins, second round. Same draft as Frederick. Face off to the left of Igor Shesterkin.
14:28 left on the second period clock. Still looking for the game's first goal. Trocheck against Patra. And the linesman taking his time. Something wasn't right. Has a conversation with Trocheck. And now we're ready to drop the puck. And Trocheck wins another one back. And he remains perfect on the evening. Rangers break out, though, a pass into the skates of Trocheck. And he gets hauled down by Brazeau, neutral ice. No penalty. Shot in by Panarin. Loose puck. Rebound from Korpisalo. But his follow-up try didn't get good wood on it. Carlo to dump it in for the Bruins. Schneider hard around defensively for Panarin. Works it up the middle. Miller charges out of the zone. Sidesteps Coyle as he pursues the puck. Carlo gets there first. Miller with a hit on him. To Panarin, he scores! The Rangers on the forecheck feed Panarin in the right circle. And the bread man makes it 1-0 Rangers.
JT Miller on the forecheck. A big, big hit. And again, when he's coming, that defender has to move the puck before he wants to. and it gets right onto the stick. We said this the other night on Panarin's power play goal. It gets onto the stick of the right guy, and that's Panarin. Just a big forecheck by JT Miller on Carlo. And we take a look as JT Miller on the replay. He just takes, again, Carlo knows he's coming, right? So he's doing his best just to get rid of it. Artemi Panarin delivers. Miller won't get an assist, but he should get an assist. Face off in the middle of the ice. The Rangers have a 1-0 lead.
Third game back on Broadway for JT Miller, and he has made an impact in all three.
No question.
Bruins win the center ice face-off and rifle it in. Behind the net, Zach Jones ties up with Beecher. Puck comes free near boards. One-handed along by Schneider to start the breakout. VC, neutral ice, stood up by Andrew Peeke. Now they'll double back feeding Zadorov. 13.5 to go, second period, and the Rangers have the first one of the game here tonight. Dumped in by the Bruins. Shesterkin to hand it off. VC for Schneider, defensive zone. Schneider to break it out, gain the red line and dump it in. Worked off the backboards, and Zadorov feeds Pastrnak. Long pass looking for Geekie at the attacking line, captured by Miller. But a strong game tonight. Brodzinski tiptoeing in front of the Rangers bench to steer it in. Zadorov again to outlet, hops the stick of Geekie. Rangers will happily take the face-off in the attacking zone after the Bruins ice the puck. Time of the goal driven by Ramsey Mazda. 6:07 of the second period. Artemi Panarin from Mika Zibanejad, Panarin's 23rd of the year. Time of the goal driven by Ramsey Mazda. It's the experience of driving a new Mazda and buying a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
The Bruins have not been nearly as effective on the road as they've been at home. Just 9 wins on the road and 18 at home.
And how about this, Dave? They're 1-5-1 on the road this month. Kreider walks in down the middle, tried to feed it out wide, taken away by the Bruins as they dump it in down the near boards. Rangers take over. Brodzinski tripped up, and that will be a penalty.
Yeah, it's interesting. That trip happened right in front of Kelly Sutherland, and it was LeCoullier who was up ice, made the call. Either way, the Rangers will get their first power play of the night when we come back. You are listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Fantasy Sports Radio is live from the Super Bowl this week. Kendall Valenzuela here from Fantasy Life. Join Adam Ronis and I tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern as we are getting you ready for Eagles-Chiefs from a fantasy football perspective. From winning daily fantasy lineups to playoff leagues to prop bet advice, we have everything you need to win. Tomorrow, we'll talk to Emmitt Smith, Donovan McNabb, Thurman Thomas, and more. Fantasy Life live from Super Bowl Radio Row tomorrow, 1 Eastern on Channel 87 and on the SiriusXM app.
Historic hockey moments.
The longest Game 7 in Stanley Cup playoff history, the New York Islanders versus the Washington Capitals at the Capitol Center, Saturday, April 18th through to Sunday, April 19th, 1987, the game known as the Easter Epic.
6 other times when a game has gone into quadruple overtime, shots on goal are 74-52.
He scores! LaFontaine at the blue line here in the fourth overtime, winning the series.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Hockey 24/7 on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Playing in the Four Nations face-off for Team USA, Connor Hellebuck.
How do you feel about getting a chance to play for USA?
The type of hockey it's going to be fun. There's going to be some high-pressure games. You're going to be putting your country's jersey on. You're representing the country. I think we're going to have a great fan base around us, and I'm really looking forward to what it brings.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91. And on your schedule with the SiriusXM app.
Hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. Alex Faust, Dave Maloney here with you at the Garden. Rangers up 1-0, nearing the midway point of the second period, and the Rangers to the power play.
Yeah, a bit of a reach-in trip from Geekie on Johnny Brodzinski through the neutral zone. So the Rangers power play was effective in the third period against the Vegas Golden Knights. They'll get an opportunity here to extend A lead that was created by Artemi Panarin's 23rd on the season here in the second period.
2 for 2 against Vegas on Sunday. They were 1 for 3 against the Bruins on Saturday. Rangers win the faceoff. And it's JT Miller, bottom of the right circle, feeding Fox, blue line. Back to Miller. Miller scanning, surveying, passing, doorstep. Kreider walled off by Carlo. Fed back to the right point at Fox. Now Zibanejad flicks it onward. Down low with Panarin. He'll feed Miller in the middle. Miller across. Fox, right circle. Shot. Missed the net high. And it jumps out of the zone.
Boy, that short side looked available, too. We had a great look from our vantage point here.
Fox, cross-corner dump it. Kreider is on it. Guides it off the backboards. Panarin, stick lifted. Fox pinches. Hard around to Panarin. Far side. Panarin surveying. Drags it to the bottom of the circle and now the goal line. Feeding JT Miller. Touch pass back for Panarin. Now Miller on the overlap. Feeding Fox, right circle. To Panarin, top of the zone. Hands it off Fox. Centering for Kreider. Kreider redirected home for the low slot. Band on him.
Got a hole in his stick, Chris Kreider.
Fox to the left, circles Zibanejad. Touch pass across the seam out of the reach of Panarin. They'll collect off the wall. Panarin walks to the goal line. Glides around the net. His pass left side broken up by Zacha. Intended for JT Miller, who will re-enter here with Boston trying to make a partial change. Panarin takes it to the far corner. Steers it around the boards. Kreider shielding from Zadorov, who then picks his pocket and rifles it down ice.
Yeah, that's a good job by Zadorov, just using his big body on Chris Kreider.
22 seconds left on the man advantage. And Keandre Miller to bring it up. They'll drop it off for Lafreniere with Brodzinski building speed from the back. Smith for Lafreniere, centering. Brodzinski may not have been the intended target. Looked like it was intended for Trocheck on the back door. The Bruins pry it off the backboards and send it down ice. And that'll do it for the power play. Geekie is out of the box.
Yeah, good possession, but really nothing towards the net, right? So maybe you have to credit the penalty killers doing a pretty good job.
Rangers unable to establish the zone. Miller backpedaling a bit with a puck on edge. Geekie bearing down on him. He and Borgen will reset behind the Ranger net. And now Borgen, breakout pass for Carrick. Left wing, rolls it wide of the Bruins net. Korpisalo tried to cover it. Winds up to the side of the net, and Rempe set up Vesey on the doorstep. Just barely missed. Vesey rolls it behind for Carrick, centering. And Rempe had his stick lifted by McAvoy. David Pastrnak to feather it in, right wing with Patra. A pass to the back from Pastrnak, intercepted by Lafreniere off the bench. And Lafreniere will dump it cheap. Peak gets there first. Geekie, rink wide, connects with Pastrnak. Pastrnak leading the league in goals since January 1st. Centering pass, fluttering over the stick of Peak. Rangers look to counter. Lafreniere through neutral ice. Deeks to the middle. Lost the handle, long reach. And the stand-up from Koepke. Rangers reset. Here's Trocheck. Neutral ice. Trying to navigate Peak. Taken down. Penalty on Boston.
Yeah, just fishing for the puck was the Boston Bruin defender Peak. And fishing, and he got the skates of Vinny Trocheck. So it'll be back-to-back power plays here for the Rangers. 8:59 left in the middle period. 1-0 Ranger lead.
So we'll step aside. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hey everyone, looking for some fun and excitement? Well, you got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play, no purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling online social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Whether you're chilling at home or on the go, get in on the action. Play now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. Got to be 18 and over. Terms and conditions apply.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today. Alex Fowles, Dave Maloney here with you at the Garden. Rangers up 1-0. 8:59 to go in the second, and the Blue Shirts are back to the power play.
That they are. It'll be the face-off to the left here of Jonas Korpisalo. Zibanejad and Panarin now with another point. That's 5 points. 2 games and a period and a half.
23rd goal of the year for Artemi Panarin as the Rangers up 1-0. Looking for more here with the man advantage. Power play that entered the day 7 for its last 18 for the Rangers. Sticks down, puck drop, swatted to the middle off the draw. Rangers control. Panarin with Fox blue line. Fox creeps in, dishes for Panarin, left wing, zips it wide of the net on a wrist shot. Zibanejad gets the steal against Zadorov, who was unable to clear. But it's poked out far boards by Carlo, hustling to get it. Beecher, one-on-one with Fox, driving to the net. Long reach from Shesterkin, may have poked the puck away in the end. Fox was with him step for step, but I believe Shesterkin got the poke check in the end. Panarin, red line, stood up by Marchand. Now JT Miller swings it across on the backhand. He had Kreider breaking towards the net. And Marchand clears.
Yeah, he sure did. I'm telling you, they were going. And nice stick length by the defenders of Boston.
Rangers make a change. Brodzinski to leave it for Lafreniere. He'll build speed from the back. Feather it for Brodzinski. Left wing. He and McAvoy tie up. Puck comes free. High lift back to the red line. Pawed down by Keandre Miller. Marchand couldn't make a play on it as Lafreniere dangles away from Coyle to protect the puck. Starting Brodzinski on right wing. Brodzinski centers. Smith turned away in tight. Korpisalo was ready for the close range shot from Riley Smith, and the Bruins will take the puck back.
That was Korpisalo's best save right there, and a bang-bang play.
Bruins are offside at the attacking line, shorthanded. 27 seconds left in the Ranger power play, 7:29 left in the second.
Just 17 shots between the two teams, 11 for the Rangers, 3. That's 3 here in the second period. And the Bruins with 6, that's just 2 in the second period. So it has not been your 80s Edmonton Oilers by any stretch of the imagination.
To your point, though, Dave, I mean, for a Ranger team that's been conceding a lot of goals lately, they've tightened things up.
No, hey, listen, you take your chances, playing tight.
Bruins control the neutral ice draw, and they'll kill some clock, lifting the puck into the Rangers' end. Zacha pressuring at the top of the Bruins' forecheck shorthanded. Handoff for Brodzinski, and he's knocked off his feet at the attacking line. Clear from Boston. Didn't leave the zone, kept alive by Smith, far boards as he ties up with Lindholm. Again a clear, intercepted by Miller. Back to even strength, Peep out of the box. Here's Borgen rolling the puck for Riley Smith. Pass deflected, reaches Trocheck, far boards. Touch pass from Miller back to Trocheck. And his attempt twirling towards the net gets deflected up into the mesh. This hockey season is easy to enjoy with Bud Light. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the New York Rangers. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Very few defensive zone faceoffs here from the Rangers in the second period. So a lot of the plays, again, they've had back-to-back penalties, and so that keeps the puck starting up ice.
Rangers unable to control scramble draw. Patra mishandled the puck. It begins a breakout for Rempe, moving in on the backhand save. Korpisalo. After a turnover, neutral ice from the Bruins, Rempe was in all alone. McAvoy in front of the Bruins bench to knock the puck in, but it was played with a high stick by the Bruins, and it's a stoppage of play.
Yeah, and Matt Rempe with a good opportunity, a great play at the blue line by the Rangers. We talked about how good they've been defending the blue line. It's kind of a bit of a reach little tap to the neutral zone by Jimmy Vesey, and Korpisalo, Johnny on the spot. McAvoy, well, it's, again, when Rempe gets those big legs going, I mean, that was Charlie McAvoy in the hunt, and he left him in the vapor stream. They face off here in the neutral zone. 6:17 left, middle period.
Rangers win the center ice draw, and an outlet from Zach Jones. Hops away from Zibanejad, but the Rangers look to establish the zone here on the forecheck. Bruins clear. Will this reach? No. Jones in pursuit against Brazeau. Brazeau wings out along the near boards. Jones, good recovery. And the Rangers will try to outlet for Panarin, but the puck on edge rolls away. Carried ahead by Peak for the Bruins. Sidesteps Zach Jones all the way down to the goal line. Plays it across the blue paint out the other side. And it will carry him all the way back to neutral ice. Marchand for Coyle. On for Lindholm. Shot may have been altered by Jones. Missed the net.
Yeah, it was. Jones did a nice job as Lindholm would come off the bench.
Brodzinski, far corner, intercepts a pass from Coyle. Rangers clear. 5:20 remaining. Second period. 1-0 Rangers. The only goal from Artemi Panarin, his 23rd of the year from Mika Zibanejad. Lindholm up the middle for Coyle. Knocked off his feet by Cooley. Loose, picked up by Geekie, and a glove save by Shesterkin.
Yeah, I think Zach Jones may have gotten inadvertently speared here in the middle. He's bent over. In the meantime, that is a good glove save by the Ranger netminder. He has not been overworked here, but his team has a second period 1-0 lead. That would be the Rangers. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Just 4 days until Super Bowl 59 kickoff. Sirius XM NFL Radio is in New Orleans previewing the Super Bowl between the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles with the biggest name guests and expert analysts. Your Super Bowl home. NFL Radio, Sirius XM Channel 88, and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
April 14th, 2010, the Philadelphia Flyers join an exclusive club, the Hard Way.
History made in Boston tonight. The Flyers defeat the Bruins 4-3. They are the third team in NHL history to come from behind after trailing a series 3-0.
The hockey history continues. Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
New Year's Day, January 1st, 2008, at the home of the NFL's Buffalo Bills, Ralph Wilson Stadium.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Buffalo Sabres are set to play despite the snow that's been falling all morning, and more than 73,000 are here to witness it in the game they're calling the Winter Classic.
Penguins win! Snow flying in their faces as they celebrate.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Attention Optimum subscribers. Optimum has stopped negotiating and abandoned local sports fans, keeping MSG Networks and the team you love off the air. Now's the time to abandon Optimum and switch to a new provider before you miss another game. KeepMSG.com is where you go to find a new provider. 5:05 to go in the second. Rangers up 1-0.
Yeah, a glove save by Igor Shesterkin. Stopped the last sequence as Boston entered the offensive zone. So the faceoff will be to the left of the aforementioned Ranger netminder. Once again, Rangers will host Pittsburgh on Friday, in Columbus on Saturday. Then it's a 2-week break for Four Nations.
Bruins win the faceoff to McAvoy in the middle. Shot misses the net. Pastrnak right circle, shot blocked. Gets it back, fires, scores! David Pastrnak on the second effort continues his hot streak. Points in 12 in a row. And he has tied the game for the Bruins, 1-1.
Well, this is just when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, he takes two shots towards the net. They get blocked. Trocheck takes it off the hand. The second one, or is that, no, it's Miller. Miller takes it off the hand, and it goes right back to Pastrnak. I mean, that's just like, when you score a lot of goals, you're going to get goals like that. But he's a goal scorer, and he has, and they were tied at 1.
Had the hat trick against the Rangers on Saturday. And now with points in 12 in a row, that's the longest active streak in the NHL and tied for the 7th longest overall this season. 30th point since the turn of the new year for Pastrnak. And his 28th goal of the season has leveled the score at 1. Bruins enter the attacking zone. Marchand for Zadorov. A pass back across deflected. Marchand picks it up in the corner. Leaves it for Lindholm. Scores! May have been deflected in front. Elias Lindholm with the shot from the right circle. And the Bruins out of nowhere have taken a 2-1 lead.
Well, the Bruins are first to the puck twice here, and then this thing gets thrown to the net. Now, I don't know. We'll take another look to see if it was deflected. As Lindholm just fired, he took it off the boards. Like Marchand started the whole thing. He keeps the puck in. Fox has got him pretty good shape, but the Bruins will get to the puck. Marchand will get to it. Lindholm will get to it. Gosh, I'm not sure if that was deflected. We'll get this look, and let's see here. Yes, it went off. Gosh, it went off went off the inside of the left foot of Adam Fox. And boy, that happened in a hurry. Holy smokes.
Wow. Back-to-back goals from the Bruins, just 16 seconds apart. And it's undone what's been a solid game so far for the Rangers. Now trailing 2-1. Pastrnak up the near boards. Skates out of the zone. Pass for Zacha left wing. Jumps away. Zacha will recover along the near boards. Checked by Brodzinski. Geekie walks off the wall. Handcuffed Lohrei with a pass. He'll swing it back for Geekie. Poking it down the boards. Pastrnak dealing with Miller. Stick checks the puck away. And the Bruins will back off.
Good to see Miller back. Keandre Miller back after taking that Pastrnak shot off the hand.
He and Borgen communicating and starting the Rangers breakout. Borgen, outlets for Carrick. Right wing. Closed down on by Callahan near boards for the Bruins. Carlo takes the puck away from Rempe behind the net. And the Bruins will be able to start from their own zone. Michael Callahan up the middle. And it's deflected away off an outlet pass. Rangers take over. From their zone, Schneider walking up, nearly had his pocket picked by Brazeau, who was pressuring. Bruins reset. Carlo for Brazeau, right wing, deflects it in. Jones hounding Patra. Patra taken down by Jones in the corner, separating him from the puck, and the Rangers have a way out with Vesey finding Schneider. Up the near side, Schneider outlet, left wing, deflected in by Rempe. Rangers make a change. Carrick lines up Peak and a forecheck for the Rangers, trying to establish the zone. Cooley bumped into near boards. Fox couldn't hold it in. 2.5 remaining, second period. Rangers had the opening goal, but Bruins with 2 goals 16 seconds apart. They've taken a 2-1 lead as Lindgren runs into Kepke as the Bruins dump it in. To the near boards, Kepke swings it off the wall, and we get a whistle here. Looked like the puck hit the protective netting, and we get a stoppage with 2:14 left in the frame. The Rangers trailing 2-1. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Best Trails and Travel. Only 2 other games in the NHL tonight. Oilers and Blackhawks at 9:30, and the Canadiens will take on the Kings at 10:30 Eastern Time. The Out-of-Town Scoreboard brought to you by Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Visit them today for the ultimate travel experience at besttrailstravel.com.
Charlie McAvoy picks up an assist, his 300th career point. Recent new father, back-to-back games with a goal coming in tonight. Face off to the right of Igor Shesterkin.
Long Beach, New York native, Charlie McAvoy. Bruins control the draw. Geekie along the near boards, checked by Fox. Trocheck gets to the loose puck. And outlets for Riley Smith. Lindgren Takes it off the near boards. Fox deflects it in. Riley Smith on his horse to get it. One hands it along off the far boards to Lindgren. Tees it up. Big drive. Saved and covered by Korpisalo with traffic in front.
Yeah, there was a deflection in front. It was Vinny Trocheck, but it's right on top of the goaltender, right? It's a good job by Riley Smith. Has been good. You know, around the net, around the puck. I mean, he makes good plays. He shovels this one back, and Korpisalo right out at the top of the crease in that butterfly position, and there wasn't a whole lot of area for that deflected puck to cover. So odds go to the goaltender in that sequence, and he makes the save.
Top line on for the Rangers. Miller against Coyle. And Miller's kicked out. Zibanejad will take this face-off. One back by Boston. And Peak will outlet for Lindholm with 1:45 to go in period 2. JT Miller back in his own zone to retrieve the puck. Lindgren to Panarin. Rink-wide pass. Caught up to JT Miller, but a long reach from Zadorov on the stand-up prevents an entry. And Zadorov will draw back behind his net. Long pass intended for Marchand off the near boards, down for an icing. Rangers had just made a change, and they'll try to quickly get this face-off going.
Yeah, and you go back to the back-to-back penalties, power plays. The Rangers in this second period with a 1-0 lead and weren't able to find that second goal. And now in 16 seconds, you're trailing 2-1. Face off to the left of Korpisalo.
Trocheck on the draw against Coyle. Puck is dropped. Trocheck wins it back. Borgen on the pinch, down the near boards, activating, passing, broken up by Coyle, who pins him to the near wall and then hauls him down. Scrum develops. Trocheck jars the puck free, and the Bruins, he's appealing for a hand pass there. The Bruins will carry it out. Lindholm around the Ranger net. Taken to the near wall by Keandre Miller. Separated from the puck effectively. The Rangers start out again. Final minute of the period. Dump and chase. Trocheck barrels into Carlo. Puck comes free. Trocheck is on it. We have a penalty. It's against the Rangers. Interference. Marchand spilled out away from the play.
Boy, that's a pretty emphatic call by Kelly Sutherland way over in the corner. Again, it was in a bit of a blind spot.
Penalty, number 16, 2 minutes interference.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Again, I couldn't see it from my angle, but you had a good eye on it, Alex, and that's exactly what happened. Is Trocheck comes in and cross-checks Marchand out of the way, and that is interference, folks. So Boston will go on their second power play, 0 for 1.
Just saw a graphic on the TV. Bruins power plays struggled here at the Garden for whatever reason. McAvoy, a one-timer, slowed down in front. Shot by Pastrnak, left circle, saves Shesterkin, who lost his stick in the process. Patra rolls it back behind for Brazo. Half a minute remaining in the period. Hard around, gets away from Pastrnak. And the Bruins will have to start from their own end. McAvoy over the red line to rifle it in. Shesterkin back with his goalie stick. Kreider to a loose puck, and the Rangers clear.
Yeah, Braden Schneider, benefit of Kreider choking the Bruin away from the puck.
10 seconds left in period 2. Patra to send it in, taking the hit from Lindgren. Rolled around to Pastrnak near side. His pass broken up by Cooley out of the zone, and that takes us to the end of 2 periods of play. The Rangers trail the Boston Bruins 2-1.
Well, again, the first one was just Pastrnak, who's hotter than anybody else in 2025. He throws 2 attempts basically to the net. They both get blocked, and this off the second one, he fires it home. And then I give Bruins credit. There were two opportunities to get to the puck. The Bruins got there first, and then it deflects off of Adam Fox, and you're down 2-1 in 16 seconds.
Minute 14 will carry over into the third period for the Rangers on the power play, but And a bang-bang sequence of events. A 1-0 lead winds up a 2-1 deficit after 2 periods of play. Don LaGreca on the other side with our second intermission right after this. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It's soccer's most thrilling league.
Only the Premier League can make you feel like this.
And now every match is on the SiriusXM app.
Can you believe it?
From the title race.
This is remarkable. Keeps this title charge on track, surely.
To the relegation fight.
The impossible may still be possible.
Hear every English Premier League match on the SiriusXM app and talk about all the EPL drama on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
Historic hockey moments.
Game 8 of Super Series 76 coming to you from the Spectrum.
January 11th, 1976, the Philadelphia Flyers play host to the team known as the Red Army team of the Soviet Union.
They are leaving the ice. They're going to go. They're going home. Come out, and in about 40 seconds worth of hockey time, the Flyers have scored.
And the Broad Street Bullies would never look back after that one, winning 4-1 to become the only NHL team in the 4-game series to beat the Red Army.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
February 7th, 1976, Toronto Maple Leafs captain Darryl Sittler dominates at home in an 11-4 win over Boston.
He's beaten Rocket for Sarge Becker. 9 points in the game, 5 goals, 4 assists. Sittler's best. 10 points. That's a new record. As long as he lives, he'll remember this evening. So will all of us doing the game here at Maple Leaf Gardens.
On SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
April 10th, 1982, the Miracle on Manchester, Game 3 heading into the third, between the heavily favored Edmonton Oilers, who were up 5-0 over the underdog LA Kings.
Shot by Evans, he's going out! The Kings have taken the lead in the series. They came from behind to win it in overtime, 6-5.
Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
This is the Spectrum One New York Rangers Intermission Report. Now here's Don LaGreca on the MSG Radio Network.
A lot more offense in period number 2 than we saw in period number 1. And when the dust settled, the Bruins take a 2-1 lead into the second intermission. Now time for the Rangers' second intermission report. It's brought to you by Spectrum. Well, the Rangers got on the board first. It was Panarin's 23rd from Zibanejad at 6:07. He didn't get a point, but JT Miller really contributed to this. He got the puck deep, had a big hit on Carlo back behind the net. That loosened it up for Zibanejad to find Panarin for the goal. 6:07 into the period, and the Rangers had a 1-0 lead. But the Bruins would come back. David Pastrnak has been hot. Now 29 points in his last 16 games. Picks up his 28th goal. That's his 15th goal in that span. Zacha and McAvoy get the assist at 15:03 to tie the game at 1. And then 16 seconds later, Elias Lindholm gets his 10th for Marchand and also Zadorov at 15:19. That gives Boston their first lead of the game at 2-1. Penalties of the period for the Boston Bruins. Geeky for tripping at 7:36. And it was peak for high sticking at 11:01. The Rangers could not cash in on either, although Smith had a glorious opportunity at the doorstep, and he was spoiled by Korpisalo. And on the Rangers side, Vincent Trocheck interference at 19:12. So the Bruins will have 1 minute and 12 seconds of power play time to start the third period to try to extend their lead. Shots, not a ton. 6 each. Rangers have a 14-10 edge through 40 minutes of play, but 3 of those 14 shots, or 3 of the 24 shots in the game and 2 of the 14 for Boston have found the back of the net, and they've got the 2-1 lead after 2 periods of play. White Claw, light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone at Farrell's in West Islip. Grab life by the claw and always do it responsibly. When we return here on the second intermission report, we will hear from Peter Laviolette on his thoughts on Will Cooley. We'll go around the National Hockey League, and then we will drop the puck to the third period of Madison Square Garden, where the Rangers trail the Boston Bruins 2-1 through 40 minutes of play. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hey everyone, ready to level up your game time? Well, check out Chumba Casino. Non-stop fun and totally free to join. Enjoy online social casino games with new games added regularly. Play for your chance to win serious prizes and claim your daily login bonus. Whether you're at home or on the move, jump in and start playing today at ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. Got to be 18 or over. And terms and conditions apply.
Okay, New York sports fans, the Arctic cold is coming this week. So if you heat your home with oil, then you must hear this message. Low-price home heating oil is now available to ESPN listeners at a fixed price that can save you hundreds of dollars a year on your home heating bill. That's not all. To kick off the new year, Sloman's will include a free 24/7, 365 emergency service plan for all new customers until February 9th. If you think you're paying way too much to heat your home, then call 866-OIL-DEAL. That's 866-OIL-DEAL to see how much you can save on home heating oil. All new customers will receive a free 24/7, 365 emergency service contract. Just call 866-OIL-DEAL. The heating oil line is now open for ESPN listeners. Think you're paying too much for your home heating oil service? Then call the home heating oil line today and see how much you can save. Don't wait. There's no reason to pay too much for home heating oil. New customers will receive a free emergency service plan and low rate on home heating oil. Just call 866-OIL-DEAL. That's 866-OIL-DEAL.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping?
Pick me.
To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32.
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm gonna move my car.
New top-tier Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. The most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
Ranger fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel have the highest level of charter bus service in New York City, and they've been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At Thrivewell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Welcome back to the Rangers' second intermission report. Don LaGreca back here at Madison Square Garden. Bruins have a 2-1 lead on the New York Rangers as Boston scored 2 goals in a 16-second span in that second period to erase a 1-0 deficit and take the 1-0 lead into period number 3. And Boston will have a minute 12 seconds of power play to start that third period. The Garden is calling you back for another game. Get to the Garden for an upcoming Rangers game by going to NewYorkRangers.com/TIX. Peter Laviolette spoke before the game today about the play of Will Cooley. Of course, he had that huge hit on Pietrangelo against Vegas on Sunday. He's been a major contributor to this New York Rangers team, and Peter wanted to expand on what Will Cooley has brought to the Rangers with his game.
I think Will's playing good. I think through the course of the season, there's always ups and downs with regard to production. You know, he's still a guy that, for me, goes out and plays hard every game. He can be physical. He's always tops and hits and tries to implement his presence out on the ice. Still generates chances, and we're good. We're fine.
Yeah, he has really just been a nice addition to the New York Rangers team. You never know who is going to be a major contributor to your hockey team, and Will Cooley certainly has been that for the Rangers. And Peter was asked how Cooley's game has grown.
I think from an offensive production, you see it go up a little bit. He's, when used on the penalty kill, it's a little bit different this year. He's gotten a little bit more power play time, so that changes from game to game. But there's been, I think, just the year that he had last year, and the next step for him, evolving as a player. He continues to take on more responsibility, whether it's you move up when you play against some tougher lines, or the penalty kill, or some power play, and still bringing what he can with regard to his offense and his physicality.
Just an all-around player, and that's what the Rangers are looking for. That's when a team is good, when they can get a lot of contributions. He's got just one hit, so he's got one shot in this game. He does have a couple of hits. He's usually among the leaders in hits. We'll go over the stats through the first 40 minutes of play in just a little bit, but Cooley has played well, 8:48 minute-wise. He's got one shot and 2 shots on goal. Let's go around the National Hockey League. There's just 2 other games, and both will start a little bit later on tonight at 9:30. The second game of the TNT doubleheader has the Oilers in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks. The Oilers are 33-16-4, while the Blackhawks are 16-31-5. At 10:30, the Canadiens, one of those teams ahead of the Rangers in the standings, we'll go over that in a second, are in LA to take on the Kings. Canadiens 25-23-5, while LA is 27-17-6. Take a look at the standings right now. What a surprise the Washington Capitals have been. Made the playoffs last year as an 8 seed, and they are right now tops in the Metropolitan and Eastern Conference with 77 points, a record of 35-11-7, plus 56 goal differential. They have been tremendous. Had a huge win against Florida last night. Alexander Ovechkin just 17 goals now away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's record. Carolina is in second place, 9 points back of Washington. New Jersey is in third with 66 points. Florida now leads the Atlantic Division with 67 points. Toronto's got 66, but they got a couple of games in hand. Ottawa's also been a surprise this year. They're in third, the Atlantic, with 62 points. And then it bunches up, and it changes day to day. Right now, Detroit's got the first wild card with 61 points. They've won 7 in a row. Tampa has 60 points. Boston, playing tonight, obviously, 60 points. Columbus, 59. Islanders, 57. Canadiens, 55. The Rangers with 54. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia also have 53 points. You go away to Buffalo, still mathematically alive with 49 points. But here's the rub. Boston playing in their 56th game tonight. The Rangers playing in their 53rd. So the Rangers do have games in hand on Boston and a game in hand on Columbus and also a game in hand on the New York Islanders that they're playing tonight. The problem is Tampa's got that final wild card spot, and they've played just 52 games and have a plus 35 goal differential. Tampa is very good, although they've been very average over the last 10 games. So the Rangers just have to focus on finding a way to just win games, get points, because it's going to be a wild race to the finish here with that many teams still with a possibility of making the playoffs. And the trade deadline is not until March 7th, so we still have a month of hockey. Now, not a ton of games in that span because the NHL will lay out for 2 weeks because of the 4 nations coming up after this weekend's action. But still, there's going to be some time for teams to kind of regroup, and there'll be a lot of teams and general managers around the league having to make a decision on whether they're going to be buyers or sellers. Out west, Winnipeg is the top team of the NHL with 79 points. Dallas has 69, so Winnipeg with a 10-game lead in the Central Division. Minnesota has 66 points. Pacific Division is led by Edmonton with 70 points. Vegas has 68, and then there's a drop-off to Los Angeles at 60. Colorado's the first wild card with 64 points. Calgary with 59. Vancouver's got 59 as well, but they lose the tiebreakers of right now. And then there's a distinct drop-off to Utah and St. Louis with 53, so it really looks like there's only one team on the outside looking in with a realistic chance of making the playoffs out west. Let's dig deeper into the numbers through 40 minutes of play for the Rangers and the Bruins. The Boston Bruins have just 10 shots on goal. Pavel Zacha's got 2 shots. Geekie with 2 shots. David Pastrnak with 2 shots, including a goal in this one. For the Rangers, they've got 14 shots. Their leader is Matt Rempe's got 4 shots. He also had a breakaway, a couple of really good opportunities. Artemi Panarin has 3 shots, and he also has a goal. Rangers have won 61% of the faceoff hits. The Rangers with 28 hits, and their leader has been Matt Rempe with 5. So Rempe's got 4 shots on goal and 5 hits in this game so far, and a couple of glorious opportunities. But he's been stymied by Korpisalo, who has been pretty good with limited action so far in this game. Well, that'll do it for the Rangers' second intermission report. It's brought to you by Spectrum. You can make anything possible because you have a connection that's built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum. I will talk to you again coming up in the post-game show, but coming up after these messages, Alex Faust and Dave Maloney with a call of the third period here at the Garden, where the Bruins have a 2-1 lead on the Rangers after 2. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the Spectrum One New York Rangers Intermission Report. Blue Shirts Hockey is next.
Here's
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Just 4 days until Super Bowl 59 kickoff. Sirius XM NFL Radio is in New Orleans previewing the Super Bowl between the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles with the biggest name guests and expert analysts. Your Super Bowl home. NFL Radio, Sirius XM Channel 88, and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Historic hockey moments.
Mr. Hockey's final NHL goal, April 9th, 1980, the Hartford Whalers at the Montreal Canadiens.
Howe over the line to his father, son to father, back into, they score! Number 9, Father Howe. And they're going to give him a standing ovation here in the Montreal Forum. A tremendous tribute to one of the most amazing athletes in any sport.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
October 15th, 1989, the Great One passes his childhood idol, Mr. Hockey, for most points scored.
Gretzky has 1,850 points.
To Taylor to Gretzky, he scores! He's done it! Wayne Gretzky, the Great One, has become the greatest of them all!
Ladies and gentlemen, Gordie Howe.
A super young man, a great hockey player who shares in everything he does, and congratulations.
The hockey history continues on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Back of the Garden, the Rangers trailing the Bruins 2-1 through 2 periods of play. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. Alex Faust, the captain, Dave Maloney here with you. We're moments away from third period puck drop.
When it's game time, it's Tully time. The third period puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action.
Well, 2 periods in, a 16-second span between goals for the Bruins erased a 1-0 Ranger lead, and get ready for the third period here, Dave. What is on your mind?
Yeah, well, again, Boston is a hard-checking, pretty disciplined team, and now you got to kind of open it up here a little bit and see if you can't. I don't think you should be any real urgency, but you know what? Points are what you need here, so it's pretty important that if there's a next goal in this hockey game, that it belongs to the homestanding Blue Shirts.
Rangers 6 points out of a playoff spot at 54. They were as close as 1 point away from a playoff spot on January 23rd, but after that 10-game point streak, 3-3 month of January, have slipped just a little bit here.
Right.
So points coming at a premium, especially with the trade deadline looming 1 month away. The Four Nations break coming up. Game number 53 out of 82 here tonight for the Rangers. Zibanejad against Zacha on the center ice faceoff. Zibanejad wins it back, and the Rangers rifle it in. Carryover power play time after the Vincent Trocheck interference minor. So the Bruins on the power play for another minute to begin the period, but 2 quick clears from the Rangers to begin the frame.
Yeah, Rangers have done a pretty good job here on the only penalty power play the Bruins had early in the first period.
Marchand around the boards to the near side, picked up by Lindgren. He'll stash it for Zibanejad. He'll go cross ice on the clear. 33 seconds left on the Trocheck minor. McAvoy to start up ice. Banks it for Pastrnak, building speed from the back. Pastrnak flipped it across. A couple of Rangers were converging to him, and the puck is sent out.
All right, once again, the Rangers just controlling that blue line. Boston, not a whole lot of speed coming up ice.
Zadorov to send it deep. Shesterkin out to handle behind his net. Tossed it around the boards. Geekie got in the way near side. And a hand pass, defensive zone, Kooi to Carrick. That's legal. Allows Fox to shoot it in, and they've killed off the penalty. Trocheck in the near corner with support arriving from Carrick. Board battle, Trocheck, pass in tight quarters, looking for Carrick, sticked away by Peak, and Zadorov will flip it out to neutral ice. Deflected onward for Geekie. He and Coyle enter the Rangers zone on right wing. Geekie's shot misses the target. Was partially altered. Coyle centers. Beecher's shot blocked in front by Lafreniere. And he'll carry it out on a 3-on-2 with Trocheck. Flipping the puck across. Panarin in pursuit. Sticked away by Beecher. And the Bruins take over. McAvoy, neutral ice, as the Bruins ready a change. He'll hoist it in, but it leaves the rink. And we have a stoppage 2 minutes into period number 3. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
Well, the Ranger penalty killers do what they had to do at the start of this period. An abbreviated power play for Boston. Nothing to show for the Bruins on their power play. So, you got to go to work here. Find one to get it back on an even keel with 18 minutes left in regulation.
Zibanejad against Frederick. Face-off just outside the Ranger line. Zibanejad wins it. Flipped across defensively. Jones to Schneider. Heavy pressure from Brazo on the Bruins forecheck. But the Rangers sort it out and clear the puck back to the Bruins line. Mishandled by Lohrei. Zibanejad unable to keep the zone for the Rangers.
Boy, he just couldn't find it. It was in his feet, right?
Yeah.
He was looking all over. And
behind the net in the Rangers zone, Jones dealing with Frederick. And this Bruins checking group. The Rangers again sorted out an exit. Here's Schneider carrying the puck on right wing, enters, pressured by Brazo, takes him to the far wall. Puck comes free, picked up by the Rangers. Panarin near side, hands it off. Zibanejad in tight, spun around, got to the forehand, put it on goal. Korpisalo saves and covers.
Well, that's a heck of a move by Mika. He takes it, takes it on his forehand. It goes between his legs, and really it's the only way he can get a shot towards the net, as Lohrei had taken away any chance to extend his stick further out in his forehand. So, nice creative play by Mika Zibanejad. Zibanejad with an assist on the Rangers' only goal.
Goal and 4 assists the last 3 games, and he is 1 goal shy of passing Brian Leetch for the 10th most in Rangers history. Enters the day on 240 goals out of his 619 games as a Ranger. Bruins win a face-off. They clear all the way down. No icing. Marchand won a foot race against Fox, and Shesterkin went out to play the puck. Marchand to the back. Callahan's shot blocked off the backside of Brodzinski. Picked up by Coyle. Power move to the front. Closed down on late defensively by the Rangers. Cooley to lift it cross ice. Just in front of Kreider. Now Marchand will pick it up. And he'll counter. Rink-wide feed for Coyle. Right wing. Centering pass. And Marchand collides with Shesterkin. It's going to be a penalty, and everybody will pile in as the Rangers protect their goaltender. Big pile side of the net.
And again, he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt, Marchand. Again, he is who he is, and he goes to the net, and the Rangers take exception now. I'm wondering if this is going to even things up, as Marchand is barking at the official, and again, Cooley grabs a hold of Marchand.
Marchand's arguing that
it was Cooley that kind of hog-tied him, right?
Right. But I think Marchand went in there on his own accord.
Yeah. Well, like I say, he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
You're right about that.
He is not.
Yep. And so Zibanejad and Pastrnak being talked to about the decision here from Kelly Sutherland.
Now, Marchand's the only player in the penalty box.
Boston penalty, number 63. 2 minutes for roughing on the goaltender.
Well, let's see, again, and the Rangers don't get dinged. So, an opportunity at 1-0. We, referenced that in the second period, Alex. It was 1-0 and back-to-back power plays, and really not much to show for it. But it was the power play that turned things around in the third period against the Vegas Golden Knights.
2 power plays for the Rangers, just 1 shot on goal between the 2 of them. This will be their 3rd. Marchand off for roughing. Crucially, too, face-off stays down low after the scrum. The puck dropped unfairly.
Chris Kreider jumps in. He jumps in now. That'll mean Zibanejad will get tossed. So JT Miller will come in. Panarin will slide back to the left point.
And it's 1 forward out of the zone by Zacha.
Yeah, I saw JT Miller talk to Kreider. He tried to bump that puck ahead and get outfoxed by Zacha.
So the Rangers start from their own zone. Panarin feeding Miller left wing and kind of had it caught in his skates. Carlo with a stand up in the clear.
But again, people standing still in the neutral zone, right? That puck's not going anywhere. Now you have a chance. You come through the neutral zone with some speed.
Yeah, that's Panarin carrying the puck in. Left it for Zibanejad. Hard around to Kreider near side. Back around to the far boards. Panarin absorbed a hit from Lindholm. Fox retrieves the loose puck. Plays it across for Kreider. Moving in left circle. Swings it back to Fox. Delaying. Passing for Panarin. Zips a shot wide of the target. May have been looking for a stick.
Yeah, I think he was looking for Kreider.
Zibanejad on the re-entry with Miller left wing. And this pass picked off and cleared.
Panarin does a great job in the far boards earlier. Just so strong on the puck. Kept the puck in the offensive zone.
Rangers will start from their own end. In between power play units. Now Kreider will come off. DeAndre Miller to the trailing Lafreniere, looking for an opening. Flipped it for Riley. Smith goes rink wide. Rescued by Trocheck to keep the zone. Hard around. Taken by Lafreniere behind the net. Out to Smith along the half wall. Now Miller rotates for Trocheck. Back to Miller. Miller drifting across to his left. Feeding Lafreniere bottom of the left circle. Back to Miller. Across Trocheck. Wrist shot. Hit his own man in front. Loose puck. Brodzinski right on. Big save. Korpisalo. And then it came out to Lafreniere. Went right through the wickets. Lafreniere left circle to Miller up top. Across for Brodzinski. And they'll draw it back. Miller for Brodzinski with Beecher pressuring. Shot! Saved by Korpisalo. The screen out in front. Marchand out of the box. They score! Vincent Trocheck off the redirect down in front. And the Rangers have tried it.
Well, it's a great job keeping this puck alive. And Keandre Miller lays this right in to Vincent Trocheck, who's just off the left of the net. He had taken a shove from behind from Korpisalo, and I'm not sure Korpisalo ever really got back into his positioning. And Vinny Trocheck, I think he knocks this thing out of midair also. Yeah, that's a heck of a deflection right there, folks. The second unit does the job, and we're tied at 2 here with 14:33 left in regulation.
5th power play goal of the season for Trocheck, if indeed it is his, and it very clearly looks like it is. Huge power play. You mentioned it, Dave. They did that on Sunday against Vegas. Used the man advantage to...
And it was Keandre Miller that got the first power play goal.
Yeah.
He's going to get an assist on this one.
Just as Marchand was coming out of the box, but he was unable to make an impact on the play.
Right.
So it will be an even strength goal.
Rangers goal.
But still,
16th of the season.
Power play generates the chance as Pastrnak enters left wing for the Bruins in what is now a tie game 2-2. Frederick shovels it back for McAvoy. Down the left wing boards. McAvoy stops in the corner. Hands it off. Shot by Geekie. Blocked by Carrick. Dribbling puck to the corner. Pastrnak keeps it alive for Geekie. Up top to Lorei. Shot altered. Dribbles wide of the Ranger net. Pastrnak is on it. Pastrnak tried to pass. Walled off by Kreider. Pastrnak centers. And Koepke missed the net. Streaking down the slot.
He'd come off the bench, Koepke.
He had a lot of net to shoot at and missed the target. Steered along by Zach Jones off the backboards. Picked off by a pinching Mason Lorei. Shoulder check from Keandre Miller on Koepke. Keeps him off the puck. And now Jones with a high lift back to neutral ice, and this will flutter out of play. And we have a stoppage with 13:06 to go, third period. The Rangers have tied it just after a power play. Vincent Trocheck gets the goal, and we're level at 2 apiece. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.9% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey everyone, looking for some fun and excitement? Well, you got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play, no purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling online social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Whether you're chilling at home or on the go, get in on the action. Play now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. Got to be 18 and over. Terms and conditions apply.
There's no place like home. At NYU Langone Health, we get our surgery patients home sooner than any other health system. Better health starts with a better health system. NYU Langone Health, #1 for quality care in the U.S. The NYU Langone Health app gives you access to your electronic health record, so you can keep track of your visits, lab results, and images all in one place. Better health starts with a better health system. NYU Langone Health, #1 for quality care in the U.S. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
Hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. Alex Faust, Dave Maloney here with you. The Garden, brand new game, tied at 2.
Yeah, just as you mentioned, Marchand, who had been in the box but would not be a factor. The Rangers get this thing tied in the third period, 13:06. 30 total shots, 12 off the Bruins and 18 from the Rangers. Been a very tight checking event here. All tied at 2, Alex.
So, face-off in the Rangers zone to the right of Shesterkin. Vincent Trocheck, the goal scorer, 5:27 even strength goal from Miller and Brodzinski to tie the game. Rangers win the D-zone draw. Borgen for Smith up the near boards, nearly turned it over for Geekie, punched away. Riley Smith for Alexis Lafreniere. Lafreniere, left wing, misses the net on a rising wrist shot. Borgen cranks one up from the point. Long rebound from Korpisalo, taken to the near wall by Geekie. He's checked off the puck by Trocheck. Lafreniere to pick it up, beating Trocheck, centering through Smith, whose stick was lifted by Pasternak. Borgen back to get it. Miller ahead, deflected in. And Andrew Peak along the backboards for the Bruins to Marchand. Now Zadorov behind the net as the Rangers back off and change. Zadorov lugged the puck up ice slowly into the zone. Left wing, his attempt to dump it in hit the stick of Fox, jumped out of play.
It'll be a face-off to the right, Igor Shesterkin. And during the break, we watched the replay of the goal, and it didn't have anything to do. I saw Korpisalo was a little bit aggravated with Trocheck around the net, but that particular push happened well ahead of the final shot that did the deflection that did beat Korpisalo. A little bit of payback for Vinny Trocheck, paying a price.
Zibanejad wins the D-zone draw. Rangers control. Panarin rifles a cross-ice pass out of the reach of Miller. Barrels in on the forecheck against Zadorov. Zibanejad too late in arriving to make a turnover of any kind. Lindholm has his pocket picked by Miller in the neutral zone. The Rangers have possession back. Panarin steps up through center over the red line. Dekes his way in onside. Drifts to the right wing. Feeds Lindgren up top. Rangers smelling a chance. Brodzinski off the bench. Shot blocked out of the zone by Coyle. Brodzinski to get it back, feeding Lindgren. Rangers trying to change quickly, and we get a whistle here on an offside against New York. Attention Optimum subscribers missing local sports on MSG. There's never been a better time to make the move to Verizon. They'll keep you in the game. Switch to Fios TV and Verizon and score up to a $200 Verizon gift card. Visit a local retail store. Easy enough for me to say, or call 800-VERIZON. Must install and keep eligible Fios services in good standing for 65 days and register for the gift card within 60 thereafter, or by no later than 6/6/25, whichever is first. Gift card emailed within 48 hours of registration. Other terms apply. The Rangers have the puck in the attacking zone. Will Cooey to bank it off the boards. And it's captured by the rookie Michael Callahan. Lifted out of the zone by Carlo all the way down. Bruins have iced it.
You know, again, we talked about it on Saturday, Rangers in Boston, about Marchand's going to be an unrestricted free agent, as is Trent Frederick. So, lots of scuttlebutt around Boston. If this thing doesn't get playoff bound around the trade deadline, what do?
Cam Neely publicly said there are two paths this team can take.
Right. There'll be a market for both those guys.
Yep. Poked out of the zone by the Bruins after they win the faceoff. Of course, Brad Marchand will represent Team Canada at the Four Nations coming up. Hard around defensively by Callahan. Kreider gets a piece of it. Fox keeps the zone. Kreider plays it across for Lindgren. Center point to Fox. Right side. Back across for Lindgren. Lindgren's shot gets to goal off a deflection. Korpisalo the save. Kreider to a loose puck. Lindgren up top once again. Feeding Fox. Right side. Shot looking for a stick. Kreider and Cooley were both parked at the net front. Bruins take over near boards. Koepke charges out of the zone. Koepke with Kastelik trailing. Tried to feather it across for Beecher on left wing. Broken up by the Rangers.
Yeah, great job by Lindgren, right? And, Fox got on the horse to get back, but that puck goes through. It's an easy opportunity for Boston.
The Rangers will start from their own end. Approaching the midway point of the third period, tied at 2. Here's Carrick driving towards the net. He and McAvoy come together. Both hit the deck, still wrestling with one another as the puck comes free and is poked out of the zone. Penalty, neutral ice, a hold against Jimmy Vesey after all that.
You know what? I think it's Rempe.
Let's see.
Rempe grabbed a hold of.
Yeah, they are pointing at Rempe.
Rempe grabbed a hold of somebody in the neutral zone. And
New York Rangers penalty, number 73, 2 minutes for holding.
Wow. So, we will step aside. The penalty, you were right on it, Dave, for Matt Rempe as he grabbed the hold of Pavel Zacha.
Yeah, he grabbed a hold of it. It didn't look like it. I don't know. I don't know whether he grabbed the stick or not, but probably a Rempe reputation.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, we'll step aside. Midway, third period. Bruins to the power play. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
The NBA landscape changed with an all-time trade.
When the sports world is talking, nobody gives you more perspectives than the experts of Sirius XM.
Luka Doncic got traded for Anthony Davis.
Hear instant reaction on Mad Dog Sports Radio.
The Dallas Mavericks did not trust Luka Doncic.
And expert analysis on NBA Radio.
The most shocking deal to me in my 22 or 23 years of affiliation with the NBA.
This might be the biggest ripoff in NBA history.
Live sports talk when you need it is on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app.
Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
After scoring 4 goals in Game 38 for his 45th on the season, on December 30th, 1981, the great one Wayne Gretzky and his Edmonton Oilers hosted the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 39 of the season.
Gretzky, will he shoot? He does! He scores! Wayne Gretzky's 50th goal in 39 games!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
The Messier Guarantee. May 25th, 1994, the New York Rangers face elimination in Game 6 against the New Jersey Devils.
Under 8 minutes to play in the third and a 2-2 tie. Kovalov, save, rebound, score! Messier!
For the empty net, Mark Messier.
Game third period is like
the Devils.
Under 8 minutes to play in the third and a 2-2 tie. Kovalov, save, rebound, score! Messier!
For the empty net, Mark Messier. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? He said we will win Game 6. He has just picked up the hat trick.
Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Stay tuned for the Final Five, brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's original craft vodka. For recipes and more, visit them at titosvodka.com. Bruins to the power play, Dave.
Well, the Rangers' penalty kill has been good, and it's going to have to continue to be good here, right? You claw yourself back into this thing at 2-2. And
at the draw, Rangers in a bit of a scramble draw. Unable to control. Riley Smith pretty close to it. Just past the midway point of the third. Tied at 2. Bruins on the power play. Poked off the backboards. Marchand centers, and McAvoy with a good chance in between the circles, but the puck winds up out of play.
Well, there were 3 Rangers deep digging for this puck, and you know if they lose the battle, they're going to be up the creek. And they lose the battle eventually, and Shesterkin, a very aggressive save with the blocker for the stick of Charlie McAvoy. Face off to the left of the Ranger netminder.
And the Rangers win the face-off and right foot off the far boards. So the Bruins will start from their own end. 90 seconds remaining on the holding minor to Matt Rempe. Lindholm in over the line. Right wing, rolls it for Pastrnak. Back to Lindholm. Lindholm swings it down low. Pastrnak looking for Zacha. Top left circle. Jumps away from him. Bruins recover. McAvoy blue line to Marchand. Left wing. Back to McAvoy. Flubbed the pass. Zacha glides over to recover. Rolled down low. Lindgren intercepts away from Lindholm. Those two are going to tie up in the near corner. Puck comes free. Near boards. Swiped that by Marchand. He walks in the middle. Fires. Knocked down. Riley Smith to the loose puck. He'll crank it around and out.
Boy, I'll tell you, that battle level from the Rangers was admirable. Man, oh man, there was strength on puck, through bodies. Good stuff.
Hammered in by McAvoy around the boards. Bruins keep their top unit on. Played to the far corner. Marchand tried to steer it to the front. Deflected away by Fox. Marchand gets it back in the corner. Fox stays with it as Marchand swings it to Patra near boards. Hand off Marchand. Back to Patra. Challenged by Keandre Miller. Geeky in the middle as the puck jump away. Fox will lead Zibanejad. Short-handed with McAvoy. Now Kreider joining. A pass from Zibanejad to Kreider. He scores! Chris Kreider, short-handed, and the Rangers take the lead.
I'll tell you, Kreider was absolutely shot out of a cannon through the neutral zone, and he stayed with this thing. I think it's his second whack that knocks it home as Zibanejad saucered one into the streaking Chris Kreider. What a job in the defensive zone, though. Fox is going to get an assist here, but my goodness, did Kreider, he took it off his right foot. Took it off his right foot and then onto the stick, short side. Korpisalo had no chance. No chance as the Rangers get themselves a shorty here with 9 seconds left in the Bruin power play.
Third shorthanded goal for Chris Kreider this season, and boy, what a time for it. Third period to restore the Ranger lead. 3-2. Rangers fire it all the way down. Rempe is released from the box. Rangers back at full strength. Short-handed goal from Chris Kreider to give them the lead. Bruins toss it in to the Rangers end. Geeky battling along the wall with Carrick. It comes free. Patra, hard hit from Borgen to separate him for the puck. And now Rempe will exit. Pocket pick by Coyle. Flings one towards the net. Patra checked by Borgen. Loose puck once again. Zadorov. Stick check by Carrick. Rangers with numbers if they hurry. Rempe hustling ahead right wing. Dealing with Lohrei. Rempe is going to be checked by Zadorov. Puck comes free. Rangers recover. Neutral ice. Panarin moves to the near wall. Flips it across. Schneider right circle. Tried to pass to the net front. Broken up. Panarin recovers the loose puck. Looking for Carrick. He's checked by Carlo. Puck comes free. Now Mason Lohrei will begin. Carrick will change off. Kastelik first on it as the Bruins dump it in. Kastelik with JT Miller shielding the puck far boards. Rangers take over. Zibanejad To enter the attacking zone with Panarin, left wing. Long range shot from Panarin along the near wall, saved and covered by Korpisalo.
Kastelik and JT Miller in a bit of a shoving match, and actually McAvoy kind of deflected that first pass of Zibanejad's, and we get another look at it, and that's how it ended up on the right skate of Chris Kreider. Kreider just with the wherewithal to nudge it up to the stick and get rid of it in a hurry. A game of inches. Wow.
But the hustle, I mean, the closing speed from Kreider, that was remarkable.
I'm telling you, as soon as Fox chipped it up, he was gone.
Career goal number 320 for Chris Kreider, third most all-time in Ranger history. Bruins break out of their zones. Zadorov up on the rush, shot wide. Wrist shot in transition. Rangers will take it off the near board. Zach Jones slows things down. Schneider ahead for Brodzinski. Rangers offside at the attacking line.
Yeah, I think it was actually Will Cooley on the far side. A little over anxious to get into the offensive zone. So the faceoff will be in front of the Bruin bench. 6:26 left in regulation. Back-to-back goals here just after a power play, and shorthanded have the Rangers stake to a 3-2 lead out.
Goals at 5:27 and 11:54 the third period. After the Bruins had scored twice in a 16-second span in period 2 to take a 2-1 lead. Bruins win the neutral ice faceoff. Outlet for Lindholm on left wing. Pursued by Lindgren, forcing Lindholm to the wall. Feed into the corner. Coyle lost an edge. Zibanejad to the loose puck. Tried to sneak it up the boards. Nobody there. Marchand intercepts, plays it back behind. It jumps away from the intended target. And the Rangers force it out of the zone. Here's a foot race. JT Miller beating Loride in the puck. Loride, though, recovers. Miller, second effort, feeding Panarin. Left circle, shot, missed the net, short side. Fox on the pitch, rolls it around the boards for Panarin. Feeding it to Lindgren, left side. His pass reaches Panarin behind the net. Tried to work it to Miller on the doorstep. Kept alive by Lindgren, left point. Rifles it off the backboards, but it hops over the stick of Panarin, and the Bruins skate it out. Coyle with 5.5 to go, and yep, that's a delayed offside as he dumps it in. Bruins will tag up.
Once again, JT Miller hard. You know, he throws the puck out of the defensive zone, tracks it down, and well, he just forces everybody to play harder. That's exactly what he does.
Peak outlets for Geekie, near side. He'll deflect it in. Borgen behind the Rangers net to pick it up. And a pass up the middle picked off by Pasternak. He'll slip it down low for Zacha. Zacha starts a cycle, intercepted by Miller. And he'll skate it out of the zone. Miller for Lafreniere on left wing. Lafreniere darts to the middle. Lafreniere fires. Save. Korpisalo with a blocker. And the puck is out of play. We're inside the final five. Brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's original craft vodka. For recipes and more, visit them at Tito'sVodka.com. 4:47 remaining in the third. Rangers with a 3-2 lead on the Boston Bruins. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hey there, game lovers. Ready for some excitement? Chumba Casino is where it's at. Free to play with hundreds of online social casino games and new releases every week. Play anytime, anywhere, and enjoy free daily login bonuses and a fantastic welcome offer. Whether at home or on the go, play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes with ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. Got to be 18 or over. Terms and conditions apply.
Like most car buyers, you want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda. Get impressive offers on a new Mazda CX-30 or Mazda CX-5 starting at just $29,276. Over 1,000 new Mazda vehicles to choose from. Visit RamseyMazda.com. Get the most for your money at Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine. And Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary health care when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
4:47 remaining in regulation at the Garden. The Rangers with a 3-2 lead over the Boston Bruins. The go-ahead goal shorthanded from Chris Kreider at 11:54 the third from Mika Zibanejad, and Adam Fox has the Rangers out in front.
Yeah, that they do. You know, we talked about coming into this third period where you just, you know, you got to bide your time a little bit, and the Rangers get the power play, and it wasn't a power play goal, but Marchand could not be a factor in defending. And then really Chris Kreider just got on the horse, and, you know, but it's the breaks, because it hits McAvoy's stick on the cross ice pass off of Kreider's foot in the back of the net. There you go.
Snapped what had been a bit of a cold spell for Kreider. Just 1 point his last 6 games coming.
Right.
Face off to the right of Korpisalo, near dot, scramble, draw. Rangers try to swipe after it. Will Cooley couldn't gain full possession. So it's skated out by Zadorov, stood up by Jones, poked the puck off Zadorov's stick. Here comes Cooley on the counter, right wing. Zadorov hustling back to meet him, and the Bruins take the puck back. Swung around the boards for Brazeau, leaving for Frederick for the exit. Frederick tried to dump it in. Jones on the puck, and the Rangers take it back. Pass intended for Brodzinski, left wing, deflected by Frederick. Brodzinski gets it back.
Now, this is where you got to manage the puck if you're the Rangers. Again, if you have it, they don't have it. When you got to get rid of it, put it in an area where it doesn't come back to bite you.
Zaka to dump it in. Pasternak to give chase. Near corner, Rangers on it. Riley Smith exits, stashes it in on the back end. Trocheck gives chase. Trocheck tries to chip up the wall. Bruins able to knock that puck just over the stick of Lindgren. So Lindgren to toss it in. Carlo plays it to the neutral zone. And then the Bruins give it away with Pasternak, a pass up the middle. Lafreniere to enter right wing. 3.5 to go. Checked hard by Michael Callahan. Lafreniere back to his feet. Trocheck shovels the puck to him. Played to the back Borgen. Hard around. Riley Smith converges behind the net with Callahan. Puck comes free to Carlo. And Pasternak bounces it back to the neutral zone. DeAndre Miller. Head up. Rangers making a change. Panarin off the bench. He'll dump it in. Miller to give chase on the forecheck. Bumping into Mason Lohrei. Bruins chip it to the middle. Kept alive by Panarin only briefly. McAvoy scoots it ahead to Coy. Now Marchand, left wing, swings a wild attempt off a Rangers stick into the netting. Final Five brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's original craft vodka. For recipes and more, visit them at titosvodka.com.
Face off to the right of Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin, not a very busy night, just 14 shots. And the Rangers just 21. So like we, you know, again, it's been the theme all night, right from the get-go, and just not a lot of offensive opportunities. But the Rangers have found a way here in the third period to secure a 1-goal lead.
Rangers win the draw at D-zone. Lindgren moves it for Panarin. Now Miller just inching over the defensive blue line back to neutral ice. Tries to roll it deep. Bruins quickly capture the puck. Try to outlet. Miller neutral ice. Goes off on a change, but before doing so, knock the puck back to the Bruins in. 2.5 remaining. We'll see how aggressive Joe Sacco, the interim head coach for the Bruins, wants to be. Puck off the backboards. Crashing the net. Lohrei. Shesterkin just kind of hopped away from him, and now the Rangers will outlet. VZ missed glove side with a wrist shot. Boy, a heart and throat moment of the Rangers zone moments earlier.
It's funny. Listen, Shesterkin just got fooled by how the puck came off the boards. Then I think he was afraid that his foot might knock it in.
There goes Korpisalo to the Bruins bench. Extra attacker on. 2 minutes to go. Rangers up by 1. Patra, the extra man, off the bench for Boston. Zaka overskates the puck. Lost the handle. Rangers toss it out. Will Cooley in a foot race with Zadorov. Long reach from Zadorov as he and Cooley both wind up in the far corner. Bruins have the puck. Pastrnak to wind it up with 1:37 to go. Pastrnak to dump it in wide of the Ranger net. Borgen bumped into by Pastrnak, who gets the puck, feeds Zadorov, saves Shesterkin. Back to the point, McAvoy unable to hold the zone. It's offside, a big whistle, and the face-off out of the zone.
Vinny Trocheck emphatically suggesting that the face-off should go all the way down on an intentional offside. Dump in to no avail. This face-off will be right in front of the Ranger bench. With 1:24 left in regulation, it looks like the Bruins are going to call a timeout. Again, the race tightens up. Bruins certainly need the points every much as the Rangers do. We'll try and draw up a plan here.
So the Rangers, again, coming into the day 6 points out of a playoff spot. Tampa Bay holds the second wild card right now. Boston tied on points with Tampa Bay, but they've played 3 more games than the Lightning and does have a lower points percentage, and that's the tiebreaker before everybody gets to 82. Rangers with 5 teams to leapfrog to try to get back into a playoff spot. Sitting on 54 points entering today.
Again, they don't play a lot of the teams that are in that cluster going down the stretch in the last 25, 28 games. You haven't played Minnesota yet. You still have Winnipeg once, that West Coast trip.
And to your point on that, that's where it's really hard to leapfrog those teams because there are no 4-point games in there.
Right.
So,
but you just you do what you do. Take care of your own business and go from there. So the business at hand is 1:24 here left in regulation. Now Korpisalo is back in his net with this face-off on the... Well, no, not so fast, Kowalski. Out he goes.
Well, now the Bruins bench is telling him to basically start at the dots. I mean, does it make any difference at that rate?
Yeah, I guess you win it clean. Yeah, they're 120 feet, 130 feet closer.
Scramble draw, pushed back to McAvoy. And he'll dump the puck in. Now Korpisalo to the bench. 1:15 to go. Chipped up the far boards. And the Rangers lift it back to the red line. Bouncing puck. McAvoy and Kreider converge. McAvoy will get there first. And he'll start the breakout for the Bruins. Charlie McAvoy over the red line. And rifle it in around the boards to the far side. Marchand cancels Smith, allowing Lohrei to keep his own. Tosses it into traffic. Pastrnak around the net. Wraparound save, Shesterkin. Loose puck, banked off the near boards by Smith. Not out, kept by McAvoy. Feeds it down low, Marchand. Back to McAvoy. Across for Lohrei, left side. Pastrnak, left circle. Stashes it off the backboards to Lindholm. 38 seconds. Stolen by the Rangers. Played up the near boards. McAvoy holds the zone. Across for Lohrei. Now it's Pastrnak, lost it in his skates, swept it across in the backhand, picked off, sent to the empty net, just wide by Lindgren, icing with 22.3 on the clock.
Well, I think if you're the Rangers, you gotta want to know where 88 is. That's the guy. Again, you're outmanned. The Rangers have been, Boston's been much better in the faceoffs as this game has gone along. 56% efficient. Not many people have left the building here, folks.
No. Original 6, 1-goal game, 22 seconds. Rangers trying to hang on and get a big win. Bruins control the faceoff. McAvoy from the point, across to Lohrei, back to McAvoy, deflects it on for Pastrnak, wrist shot, blocked by Trocheck, out of the zone, 12 seconds. McAvoy on the loose puck, he'll have to wind it up quickly, feeding Pastrnak, onto the left wing Marchand, his attempt, blocked to the end boards, 4 seconds, hard around for the Rangers, McAvoy, one last shot, looking for the back door, misses the stick of Marchand, there's the horn, and the Rangers hang on to beat the Boston Bruins 3-2.
Well, you talked about that, stretch and the come from behind wins a year ago, and the Rangers have done a much better job here of kind of grinding it out. We talked about playing over the course of 60 minutes. There wasn't a whole lot going on, but the Rangers found enough going on in the third period and beat the Bruins here 3-2 at home for a big 2 points.
After struggling to come back in games the first half of the year, that is the 7th comeback win for the Rangers since January 1st as they take down the Boston Bruins 3-2 here at the Garden as they come back in the third period with goals from Trocheck and the shorthanded game winner from Chris Kreider at 11:54 of the third period. Stick salute center ice from the Rangers. That is a huge 2 points, and crucially, a team they're trying to track down, one of them at least, in the Eastern Conference playoff race, denying the Boston Bruins any points here tonight. 3-2 the final.